Welcome to the Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast.
If you like a lot of wrestling on the YouTube, join our cult.
Ooh, join it. I thought we were doing like a...
Oh, that's
I
nice.
thought we were doing like... I thought because you were doing...
Join our cult.
Like Paul McCartney's Frogs.
What?
Hey, that song. Da, 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 little frogs singing along.
Oh, I don't
We
know.
all sing together.
Joel?
I don't know what you're about.
Oh, come
Was
on.
this solo Paul McCartney post?
This is like 80s Paul McCartney.
Oh, right.
He's got loads of singing frogs as Paul McCartney.
Like Paul McCartney singing from. We're off to a great start. Hello, it's the Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast Backlash Special. Got to talk about something, right?
You never believe this. The big frogs got deep voices, and the little frogs got light voices.
That's the
I
other
literally
way.
don't believe
That's
it.
the other way around because Maffew's the smallest here, but he's like, hello.
It's my self-defense.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Just his testicles weighing him down and stopping the rest of his body from growing.
Oh, that does happen when you get older. You have to watch your posture. Don't mind your shoulders. It's the rest that you got to worry about sitting on. Ross, how are you?
Absolutely fine, Maffew. Fantastic weekend of professional wrestling action.
It certainly was. Now we're done the Sky Sports intro. Jack, how are you?
Yeah, not too bad. It's been quite a good weekend. Sunderland won. Sunderland in the first leg. So if we win the second leg, we'll go to Wembley and then lose. So that's good. We'll watch Backlash in the office.
That is good for this
We're
podcast.
going to talk about that. But I've also written notes for SmackDown as well.
Yay.
Yeah, hey!
Woohoo!
And it seems like this weekend, when I was obviously in on Saturday in the office watching, seems like everyone I knew decided to go to Rise, actually.
Yeah, and I was half
Maffew.
expecting to bump into you.
I was working.
Yeah, but you know, like, oh, wait, 2 seconds, I'm going to take this call and then leave and just come back.
No.
Pretend you've just been outside for the longest
could've-
tab break in the world.
Between matches, I could have gone to Rise.
There's that many
come
adverts.
back, and then made it
Yeah.
to the start of the next opening bell. Yeah. Was it a good night?
It was. I can't remember which year it was I was last there, which is shocking, really. But I got a weird feeling as I walked down Grey Street by myself in the dark, and I'm like, God, last time I did this, when it was always like 70 of us going. The Enclave.
Like Green Street.
No, I'm not going to put those words in my mouth.
Okay.
But yes, it was a lovely time. I had said hello to DJ Ash. I did not say hello to Mr. Cheese Pizza because after that time of the night, after having some Southern Comfort slushies, I could not remember his name. And I would have just yelled Cheese Pizza at him. And he probably would have decked us. And it would have been right to do so.
It's Anth. He's called Anth. I'm so sorry,
I'm
Anth.
sorry, Anth. I was just being antisocial in the middle of the dance
Antisocial.
floor with strangers.
Fair enough.
So yeah, my brother was up. His mates were up. Having a grand old time.
Nice. Were you the young one, or is he your younger brother?
He's my younger brother.
Oh, you were the guardian.
It was so great. He's like, look, Maffew, I'll be your wingman. It's all right. I can't remember what you're into anymore. I'll just like throw stuff your way and see what happens. You know, it's up to you, man. I'm like a fisherman. I'm like, all right, you can throw it out the boat or you can keep it. It's up to you. But my brother's just so charismatic and just, everyone's so friendly and singing songs and stuff like that. And he's just like, yeah, I'm sorry, Matthew. All the lads keep on hitting on me. This isn't working.
Oh, yes.
It's like, what a true friend. What a true brother.
You didn't reply to my tweet, by the way, before we begin.
You're right.
I tweeted you an important question, and it's received quite a lot of likes. A lot of people want to know. I asked if you've just got loads of YouTube silver play buttons because of all your YouTube channels over the years, and if you keep them in a vault. You know when you hit over 100,000
Yeah, but you have to be, what's the term? Affiliated?
Do you?
Partnered, don't you?
To get a...
Have I just
play
not?
button?
I'm over the threshold.
Do
of
you not
getting
make a single penny from botching?
Not from just YouTube views. No, they're all monetized.
Oh.
Not demonetized.
I didn't
yeah.
think it made...
You have to be a partner, and I've gone several times. They've taken one look and go, none of this footage is yours, you idiot. And I'm like, yeah, I know.
I thought that's why
strange.
you used to why you still do now.
It's just to keep them online. Yeah, people think that's like, no, they don't. It's like the 6-second rule. It's because then they'll get struck and then the video's taken down. It's for that. It's for the love of the game.
I honestly thought that it didn't matter as long as you... I just thought as long as you had 100,000 subscribers, they sent you a thing.
I don't check those emails because it's nothing but bad news. It's just your video's been taken down. Your video's been taken
You
down.
might
Your,
have,
your
like-
video is now a cube in the parking lot.
You might
know.
have like 8 play buttons. You could melt them all down and make a big one.
Ooh.
Joel, what do you think of that,
Around with
Joel?
my giant.
That's a great idea, John. Yeah.
Oh, so you're asking about my 8 YouTube videos? I'm glad. Yeah, most people have one and then keep on going up, but I just like starting a new game. And Anyway, sorry, we'll get on to the main bit of this, which is the episode of SmackDown, which
Okay.
preceded Backlash, which ended up being longer than the show that we're going to be talking about. Which
It certainly felt it, yeah.
Absolutely. SmackDown, Damian Priest is interviewed on his way to the ring. He just wanted to get his hands on Drew McIntyre, but now the chance of becoming the US champion sounds pretty good too. LA Knight interrupts and says Priest won't be winning at Backlash. They argue a little bit ahead of their tag match. Can they coexist?
If you do dirt, you get dirt. So don't make me give you dirt.
Which one said
These
that?
are two gardeners
LA
talking
Knight
to one another.
said that to Damian Priest.
He's got such a way with words, even if it doesn't make sense what he's saying.
If
It
the
sounds
microphone
good.
wasn't fully on for this segment.
Oh, it crackled a bit, didn't it? A bit in and out.
Just because of the raw intensity coming from LA
Oh, this
Knight.
is SmackDown, mate.
The Cavalca, that was titillating.
Oh,
lines.
look at him joke. I made a
Just
little
Ross is
joke
just-
there.
I know. just ignore him. He'll get over it.
This is coming up a panel, little speech bubble cut. Tee tee.
guffaw. Chortle.
Priest and Knight take on Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa. Priest sets up for South of Heaven, but Knight blind tags himself in. The pair argue, and Solo shoves them into each other. Knight pins Solo with the BFT to win the match.
What's that?
You all right?
Your reading here is so soothing compared
Oh, right.
to normal.
I've noticed how deep it is, so I thought
Isn't it nice,
Hello.
Joel?
It's really.
Close your eyes, Joel. Just take the afternoon off.
I'll fall
Let's
asleep.
just listen to Matthew read for an hour and then go home.
we'll blow the podcast one of those alternative versions where it's just like rainfall in the window plays in the background as
All
Matthew
you're
reads the
missing-
results of SmackDown.
A Welsh accent's all you're missing, then we're in heaven.
Ooh, well, we're not going to be in heaven soon.
Tommy Jones.
Oh,
yeah.
there's nothing better than a deep Welsh accent.
In the valleys.
But Priest argues with them after the bell.
No, I don't like it actually. I've changed my mind.
The two baby faces start to
No, you do it on purpose now. No, just do it normally.
Jacob takes them. This is all you get. I couldn't speak yesterday.
Yeah.
Well, I got better, sadly. But Jacob Batu takes them both out. He stands tall, but turns into a claymore. It actually turns
Just read
into
it
a
properly
claymore.
now. You've ruined the podcast, Ross, by telling me.
It might be an episode of Thomas the Tank now. Get Ringo on the go.
Jacob and Solo. Sorry.
Claymore from Drew McIntyre. Drew raises the belt.
Right.
A chase belt.
So, where were we? Right. So the match,
SmackDown.
match was quite fun, opening TV match and everything. But I thought that Priest didn't have a leg to stand on with his argument against LA Knight. Do you agree?
I agree. He was as peppy a babyface as I've seen up until that bit where Knight gets knocked off the apron, is selling his knocking to the face, and Priest is like, "Where you at? What are you doing, you softy? Come on, we saw he got hit."
Yeah. And then afterwards, when they got knocked into each other, LA Knight still won the match for Priest. Lest we forget, he now receives the winner's share of the purse. And he still gets in the ring and goes, "You pushed into me, LA Knight." I think it made Priest look... I understand that they want to have this big chaotic four-way match and everything, but by putting Priest next to LA Knight, even though Priest's ahead of him in the pecking order, you can't look like a better babyface sometimes than LA Knight. It's really hard. It's a really big ask.
I'm with you, but I think they couldn't make Priest be hotter than LA Knight because he's not that type of guy.
Just making him different.
Just make him different.
Okay.
Make him be irrational and awkward.
Priest
Irrational and awkward Priest.
Priest would do better in Rise than LA Knight. Priest would be like Priest would be like the
absolutely.
king of Rise. Yeah.
Knight would know all the lyrics to the songs. He'd have that going for
Would
him.
he?
No,
Priest-
Knight would be in Tiger.
Yeah, he'd be with the Jaeger bombs and that, and the you know.
very-
And the other things that go on.
the
with
Very
Tiger
local
Tiger.
references. No one understands.
There you
what
go.
you mean.
He'd
This is
be with-
great for the three
LA
people
Knight would be with
local.
the conventionally attractive people, and Priest would be king of the freaks, not the Scott Steiner freaks. I don't know what I've done there.
It's nice to call someone a freak, isn't it?
Freak.
In a nice way.
Yeah.
You're my favourite freak. There are others. I'll put, how loud was the ring this week? Jacob Fatu got sent into the ring post.
Okay.
I think he missed and just splashed it. And I just put, it went badunk.
Really? I
It
need
was
to watch
one of the
that.
loudest noises. They mic'd it up differently this week. Fine paint by numbers match to set up the pay-per-view shenanigans. Did you ever do paint by numbers? I
Oh,
really
yes.
do. Because I do worry that expression is dying.
Yeah.
Yeah, is it called like autofill now by numbers? Something like that?
Oh, you're probably right.
Drop a
AI
tool by
auto
number.
generate. Yeah.
I'm having fun clicking. Right, done.
Do you ever have those ones? It's making my mouth go funny thinking about it. Have the felt lines in the gap. It had like this shinier paper.
Oh wait,
the
no.
shinier card. Oh,
Right, yeah, you see them at like cheap shops and stuff like that. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Terrible.
God, I haven't thought about them in a while.
Oh, just that felt. Oh.
And I'd look at them and go, I don't need to paint it. It looks nice already.
It was sandpaper for me as a kid. Oh, can't stand it. I can't stand it.
Bless you.
Carry on.
Jack is curled up into a ball.
Was anyone else a little bit shocked to see Solo Sikoa beaten so conclusively by just one BFT?
Partly,
no, me neither.
because he was the man who did beat John Cena and everything, but he's not the same.
That was years ago.
I like Solo as the slightly bumbling one, though. He suits it.
He's a manager now, basically.
Yeah.
He's coming out the weekend, yeah.
He's Paul Heyman.
As we'll see later. Here we go. R-Truth is very excited backstage, holding a "Let's Go Cena" sign. Jimmy Uso says,
Why is he
Cena,
doing it on
sir.
purpose now? He's actually doing it on purpose.
I like it.
Holding a "Let's Go Cena" sign. You were doing it.
Old
you were-
Man River.
You were doing it without thinking until Ross mentioned it. And now I can tell.
No,
that
I
you're
can hear him as
thinking
instead
about
of
it.
like, oh, this is pretty deep. This is deep, this. Truth tells him that Cena teaches us never to give up, but Jimmy must have thrown in the towel.
Yeah.
Jimmy walks off and Troop keeps chanting for John.
So yeah, we'll set up an R-Truth appearance for Backlash here. That's all we've done here. That's all we've done. Let's move on. Blind faith,
That's right,
all
yeah.
that kind of stuff.
Well, Jimmy is now like his thing at the minute going on is that he's the straight man to R-Truth's wacky gimmick. That's
He's
what
Big
Jimmy
Jimmy.
does now.
Big Jim and it's like Shrek and Donkey. Truth is the donkey.
Jimmy Shrek.
Jimmy Shrek.
Wow.
The
Whoa.
brother.
Hang
of-
on.
Oh, I was trying to think. Well, it's Charlie Shrek, isn't it? In Batman, the first one.
Charlie Shrek.
Michael Keaton. No, the second one, Michael Keaton.
Oh, God, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
What's
You
his
are
fa-
right.
What's his face with the voice?
Yes.
The lighter voice, the more hey voice.
Yeah.
I've forgotten his name.
Is it The Dark Knight?
No,
No,
1992.
Batman Returns.
Yeah.
He's
Oh,
referring
right.
to
Sorry. When you said the
Christopher
second
Walken.
Batman, I thought
Christopher
you meant-
Walken.
Walken,
Right.
yes.
It's just that you said Shrek, and after Shrek a donkey, I'm like, no, that's okay. No, you are right.
That's how they're related.
Get out my
Yes.
swamp. That was good. Yeah, cheers.
I'm an ogre.
What gives?
Such a fun voice to impersonate.
Like every time you hear the Foo Fighters, I saw Dave Grohl doing an impersonation, just saying like Chris Walken can't say Foo Fighters. It's always like Foo Fighters.
The Foo Fighters. He's in Kangaroo Jack. What a film.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, gotta see that film.
Oh, man. He's only a side character, but yeah.
I don't care about the film. It's just I was one of those kids who saw the trailer for it as a kid and thought, and the big poster.
Oh, we've
that
talked about
was.
it because
I know,
Ross
God,
got
you
me
know
to
what?
watch it, I think.
Kate's Kayla's favourite film.
Yeah.
That's right. I forgot about that.
It's
background.
unbelievable,
I'm
to be
sorry.
fair. It's really good.
I watched Behind Enemy Lines on Saturday with a friend
Oh, yeah?
for the first time. With Luke Wilson doing a serious bit.
Owen Wilson.
No, Luke Wilson, his brother.
Damn it, Jack! Sorry, I was on a high after the walking impression went down well, and now I've just...
Oh, you're right. Well, we'll keep it on a
All
high.
right.
Drew's interviewed backstage and says he'll put a silver bullet in the Samoan werewolf tomorrow night.
Nice.
That's how you kill a werewolf. He complains about it being a four-way because Knight and Priest both lost at WrestleMania. Regardless, he'll be the one to beat Jacob at Backlash.
So he's still being a bit of a whiny heel Bret Hart, which I like. He's saying, well, they shouldn't be in the match. Not only did Knight lose at WrestleMania, but Priest lost at WrestleMania because I beat him. Makes total sense.
And like Brett, he's right.
And he is right, yeah.
Yeah.
Big fan of two things in this segment. First was the opening question from Byron Saxton. Why did you lay out Jacob Fatu, Drew McIntyre? Why did you do it? It's not really obvious, but why did you do it?
That's good journalism.
Yes, really good journalism. No stone left unturned by our Byron. And also the impersonation of Drew does. All gas, no breaks, with cross eyes. Fantastic.
Naramine.
And he quite rightly points out that you will crash into something if you do it like that. So
Who did we try and get to do it the other day? It was a Joel. Do you know what I do?
Yeah, I
Yeah, you didn't
refused.
do Naram.
No, thank you.
Naram.
What is the best crash into a wall you've seen? There's a question for you.
in real life,
Yeah, it made me think of James May on that top
Oh, okay,
Grand
right,
Tour episode where they're in that tunnel and he goes a bit too quick and hits the wall very
Yeah.
hard.
Oh,
Bangs his head.
God.
Doesn't die, it's just funny.
Yeah.
Jesus, I don't remember that.
Best crash into a wall.
In Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
That's exactly what I was
I was
thinking.
going to say, I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I forget what the setup was for it.
Mac and Charlie attempt to vanish from the earth.
Nice.
There you go.
So they crash car into the wall.
But he goes, look, it's easy. Just jump out before you hit the wall. And he just crashes the car without getting out. And he comes out, it's like, yeah, I didn't go according to plan. Where we are. In the GM's office, the Secret Service hold a eulogy for Chelsea's US title reign.
Are you girly? Because they are girls.
Yes.
Oh, yes, they call it a you
You
girl.
girly, yeah. Good.
Because they're girls. Aldous arrives with Zelina Vega, who calls Chelsea pathetic. Green says Zelina has 0 girlfriends. Vega says, yes, I do. Let's have a tag match. Aldous says, don't do that voice again, Maffew. And they agree to the match.
I was thinking Dragon Lee might be getting a match here, you know?
He's Zelina's.
He's Zelina's pal.
He's Zelina's girlfriend.
He's got more ties to Zelina Vega compared to who actually came out for the match.
Very true. Well, no, they're both small.
They are both small. They are both 5 feet.
Maybe they've got like solidarity because of that backstage.
Yeah.
Small queen.
I was going to say
Yeah.
if they see each other, they'll be like
They both
never
know
see each other.
They both know each other because they get off the same floor on the lift because they have to. It's an old joke about why is that person only gotten. They work on the 4th floor, but only got off on the second because they couldn't reach the second button.
Got you.
Well, the 2 flights
It's
up.
like a riddle. It's good.
That went on a bit too long. That was quite a joke, really. A conundrum.
Made me think.
Yes.
It was a shame the you girly got cut short though. I'd like to see a full you girly to see what they can do because it would be good and fun.
Maybe we will. They're still mourning the title loss 1 week on. Maybe they'll keep doing it.
I hope so. Piper amazing in the segment. Excuse me, this is for friends and family. Do you have permission to be here? And Aldous says, it's my office. So then Piper goes, so no.
Didn't stop you from putting her in Botchamania though, did it, Matthew?
She still thinks I run another video series. She's convinced that I'm just lying to her. It's one I can't say on the YouTube.
Are you friends with Piper Niven?
Nah, it's DM friends.
What does it rhyme with, this series?
Booked.
Right.
Booked.
I don't know what's going on.
I've got no idea.
Nah,
what
mate,
you're
you know what? We'll move on. It's like Botchamania for porn. All right, cool. It's not me.
Oh.
Well,
We get an Alistair Black vignette.
you think they keep that footage to themselves is what I'm thinking of was the right sort of thing here, wouldn't it?
You'd think so.
The outtakes are on about of like an adult film.
It's been a while since I've looked at it. I think none of this is going to be making in if we talk about it more. So rather than be ambiguous, we'll just remember that we serve the YouTube gods and move on. We get an Alistair Black vignette. He thinks we expect him to speak in riddles like before. Oh, like we just did. He denies this before proceeding to speak in riddles.
I was furious with him. You think I'm going to speak in riddles? I buried myself 6 feet. Oh, get out.
But Jack,
Go back to Holland.
He didn't find death in there.
Oh, okay. No, okay, nationalist. Oh,
He didn't find death in the hole. He found truth. It
Yeah,
makes
he found
complete
truth, but he
sense.
still
I
doesn't
found
make
our
it-
truth in the
doesn't mean
hole.
I'm going to be the consequences of what this company deserves. Ah, shut up.
You know what? This was inspired by You on Netflix. This was classic
it's
Joe
so-
Goldberg.
what a coincidence that it's inspired by the last thing you watched on
Yeah.
Netflix.
Yes, it is. He's here to come.
How's it been
I
going,
like this
actually?
recurring bit.
I finished it, Jack. But these jibes you're having at me recently are getting more frequent by the week.
No, they're not.
They are.
It's like one a month. I'm scared.
You were lambasting my flagrant apparent listings on the Hall of Fame last week, I saw.
Oh, well, yeah, I do that. I do that when you're here, though.
I know, yes, but I'm just saying.
Okay, sorry.
I'm not here to bring hostility.
That's a shame.
How was you?
It's fine. There's just plot holes, isn't there? They just do my head in, but Kayla sat there going, "Oh, isn't he so pretty?" Great.
Did he? You watched all the seasons?
I've watched all of them, yes.
Was Crystalia? I'm not going to ask any more questions.
Yeah. Life imitated art after the art happened, yeah.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Or while the art was going on, probably.
Well, who knows? I mean,
Yeah.
yes.
But it was I quite enjoyed the Alistair Black promo because he said
Did you?
goodbye to the bollocks and then gave us slightly less bollocks.
Yeah, there was reduced bollocks.
Reduced bollocks.
You do need some of it, though. That is his entire shtick. So
He was wearing a suit in this bit.
he does look good in it.
Oh, he looks fantastic.
Tats and suit is a good combo.
Tats in suit. Yeah. But I still don't really have faith that it's going to go somewhere. Yet.
Okay, fair enough. Zelina Vega's tag partner is revealed to be Alexa Bliss. They take on Chelsea and Piper. The face team gets the win after a Sister Abigail DDT from Bliss to Chelsea.
Ron Seal in terms of Zelina Vega doing the work early on in the match, the hot tag from Bliss, and then she didn't miss a step in there, old Alexa Bliss. A little bit of a more subdued pop for the entrance than I thought there would be, but by the time she was hitting the old Sister Abigail DDT, the crowd were going radio rental.
Do you see the one guy's face, though, that the
Yeah.
camera cut to?
Old man.
Yeah,
Rivers.
everyone's just
Yeah,
on
but
memeing that poor sod.
He looked like...
That was very unfair.
I thought he looked like what I assume Andrew's dad looks like. He had a bit of Andrew about him.
I imagine being on a farm. Checky shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just that sort of Andrew's excited face on an older man. You're going to find it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Alexa tweeted about it.
Oh, did she?
I think she said she loved him and wanted to get his number.
Whoa.
Shit, I just made that up.
All right. I wouldn't have put it
I've
past
been using
it.
WrestleWorld's AI again, have you?
This guy.
There
Yeah,
he
it's
is.
Andrew.
He has got a bit of Andrew
He has the
about him.
HDI. He's like,
Yeah.
Oh, bloody hell.
Oh!
Gromit.
Yeah. I can see it. Maffew?
He looks like half the headliners of UFC at the minute. I'm not messing with him.
Ooh.
He does look a little bit like Khabib.
Oh, right. I see the beard. I see.
Beard of Khabib. That's the only guy I know.
They all just win all the time. All those lads. Yeah. It's a bit of a shame. Apparently that's why Backlash finished early, because there was a UFC on. Bless you.
Bless thy.
That's what I heard.
Oh, bless you
thy.
once again.
That is what I heard. I can hear it again. Wow, my ears pop. God. Absolutely zero pop for Vega. Like nothing. Andrade levels of no pop. But Bliss is back. Crowd happy to see her. Piper rules. She should be Alexa Bliss. Also Vega. She should play all the roles like Eddie Murphy and the Nutty Professor.
Well, Piper Niven should be.
Piper Niven should be like, oh, I'm now Zelina Vega.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Those are my thoughts.
Did you watch this after Rise on Saturday night? Did you?
No, believe it or not, no. This is Maffew wide awake.
When she was in WCPW, she was a very nice person from what I remember, but she obviously wasn't whipping out all the banter, and I wish she had been now, because she is funny.
Oh, yeah,
I just
ICW
remember
version of her was fantastic.
I just remember she was just chill, but I wanted the banter. Now I've seen the banter capabilities of Piper Niven. Yeah.
But yeah, a nice return.
I was a little bit perturbed by Bliss not looking at the gold once. Seems that she likes a very clear and distinct friendship with Zelina Vega more than she does the gold, which to my view is the goal of all professional wrestlers.
But she pops up later on, doesn't she, though? She might have a plan. Like Brian Kendrick.
Not like Brian Kendrick. Backstage, Santos Escobar stops Rey Fenix. Fenix says he's already beaten Santos. They don't have anything to talk about. Escobar replies, who said anything about a conversation? And Fenix is immediately ambushed by the Shaggers.
And Andrade somehow knew this was going to happen because he gets on the scene just as it's ending.
Yeah, too late.
His Phoenix senses were tingling, so they were.
I thought he looked nice.
Get cream
though.
for that.
He always looks nice.
He always looks great. Yeah.
Just really booked boring. Not a captivating man, is he?
No.
Imagine having Andrade on your roster and just not being able to do anything.
You think it's hard to imagine, but two companies have successfully
say,
done it
yeah,
for a number of years.
Yeah.
Charlotte Flair comes out for a promo. Oh, that's nice after Andrade segment. She's just had the greatest women's match in WrestleMania. What? We're all thinking it.
They amicably split up, maybe. He wished her well on
Very
Twitter.
definitive
He
statement.
wished her well on Twitter, so I'm going off that. They're best friends.
There you go. Despite being out with an injury, Charlotte took Tiff to the limit. She shows a photo of a battered Tiff after the match to prove how well she did. Now she's announcing the start of her path back to the title. The crowd boo, and Charlotte rants about them being disrespectful. She calls herself the greatest of all time and threatens to leave if they keep booing her. Charlotte throws down the mic and goes to leave, but is cut off by the entrance of Jade Cargill, who tells her to go to the back of the line.
Heel turn from Jade, keeping Charlotte out there longer than most people wanted. I guess this is setting up a match for future times. When Charlotte's back at the front of the queue, maybe Jade's got the time. Well, this is what I was thinking at the time. Obviously, that's now going to be a little bit pushed further back than maybe what I thought it was initially. After she lost the match, young Jade, medium Jade.
I know this is just because it's Charlotte, so it's always in the back of everyone's mind, but I feel like this whole tangled scenario with Tiffany, Jade, Charlotte, Nia, and all that, I think that's going to end up with Charlotte getting the belt somehow. Like there'll be a multi-woman match and Charlotte will win.
We all know what's happening, but do you have to say it?
Sorry. I thought this was an interesting move because they clearly deliberately wanted her to get booed this time, leaned into it. She opened the promo by saying, she opened the promo by saying, I just had the greatest WrestleMania women's match of all time, which I thought...
That's something a heel says.
Okay, fair enough. But I just wonder if they genuinely are trying to push that narrative or if this was part of Charlotte's deluded shtick.
I think if they are trying to push it for real, they'd have the good one say it.
Oh, right, okay. Makes sense.
Especially when on the same weekend. I guess it was a triple threat, wasn't it? But then last year, you look at the matches. The year before, you look at the matches. The singles matches, that is, by the ladies.
Oh, there's been better ones by far.
Yeah.
Charlotte's had better ones.
Yeah. Rhea.
The Rhea one's
Rhea
the
one?
one that comes to mind, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
The original three-way at WrestleMania 32.
Yes, for the rebrand, for the new belt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ric Flair getting involved.
Yeah. Charlotte runs to Aldous on her way out of the venue. She bumps into Bliss, who says they should talk. No, you shouldn't.
Yeah, they should chat. Charlotte looked a bit transfixed. I reckon she's under a spell.
I think she was thinking, what are you doing here? And the height difference was really funny.
I was going to say, who's that down there? Is it Zelina Vega?
Tiff Stratt is at ringside to watch Nia Jax versus Jade Cargill in a number one contender match. Jade seems to have the match won and sets Nia up for Jaded, but Naomi suddenly attacks the champ at ringside. This distracts Jade, allowing Nia to take advantage and win the match.
I was thinking of Jeremy Clarkson while watching this match because it was all about power.
French
Nia
Jeremy
had
Clarkson.
more power. Power. Nia had more power. Then Jade had more power until Nia had more
Oh,
power.
it's like the 80s. That's fantastic.
Yeah. Jade gets the impressive Samoan drop followed by a spine buster. Then Nia gets back on top. Tiffany Stratton reminds me of her grandmother at Butlins, the way she was booing the heel and cheering the face at
Okay.
ringside. Yay! She did that once. Thumbs and everything. Then boo with the thumbs. I was
Shades of
taken aback.
Natalia when she went, come on, Tegan, you can do it. Didn't help Tegan Knox's cool factor.
Didn't like to see Nia go up to the top rope after what happened against Jade just last week. She lost the match with a powerbomb and going on top rope. I like more tactics in my wrestling. And then we get to the finish where Naomi attacks Tiffy, distracts Jade. Because I always saw the result on Twitter the morning after first before watching the show. So I was like, what's happened here? And I'm glad to say there was a little bit of distraction at play.
Yeah, fair enough.
Because it would feel wrong if Nia just beat Jade.
It still feels
Yes.
strange that they're going back to this feud.
Yeah.
Though.
It's just a placeholder, I feel, until...
But it was the
other stuff
pre-Mania
comes up.
placeholder. Now it's the post-Mania placeholder.
Yeah, right.
Nia's the bread in a Mania sandwich.
That was well said.
Thank
I like
you.
Joel's because you said
Hungry
bread. This is a perfectly fine, not too long power battle. So, of course, the crowd chanted, "You can't wrestle," which is just not true. Also sucks they had Tiff at ringside to distract from proceedings in the ring, so everyone waited for her to do her thing. I just like that WWE does this so frequently.
Because you're just waiting for the spot.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like, I'm not going to pay attention to this until the thing happens at ringside. It sucks that, in WWE now, that if someone gets a really cool spot that doesn't happen usually, that person is losing.
Oh.
If it's a really cool spot like the power bomb and stuff like, wow, that was really cool. And then he kick out of it, it's goes, yeah, you're losing.
Is that true then?
I
Interesting.
hated that I noticed it this week, and I'm like, is this a regular thing for WWE matches?
Yeah.
Sorry to ruin wrestling for you forever.
I'll keep an eye on that.
Oh, where we at? The Street Profits bump into Mission and B-Fab backstage.
Oh.
They congratulate the champs on retaining their titles in the TLC match last week. The Street Profits congratulate them for putting the women's locker room on notice, which is very empty praise in my opinion, says Jack. The lads walk off and Angelo Dawkins legitimately doesn't see a high five attempt from Michin. It's very uncomfortable.
It was so good. It was really bad. Did you say it?
Oh, yes.
Matthew, did you say it?
I don't think I did, no.
Botchamania, next one.
Oh, no.
She goes, yeah. And then he just walks past her, and then B-Fab has to high-five her instead to save her. It's so uncomfortable.
It's really well done from B-Fab, to be fair.
Yeah, B-Fab's, yeah, she's a worker. Like, she improvised, but...
Yeah, like a prime Dom Mysterio during the Backlash matches we'll get on to later.
But, oh, I felt bad for Michin. I also just felt bad for these two lasses, because they spent ages going like, you guys look sick with the gold. And they're like, and you guys have said some stuff.
Yeah. And you're here.
It was a badly conceived segment, in my opinion.
Yeah, unless they're going to like affiliate them more on TV more frequently.
But because the Street Profits were being so cool, did you just think like they didn't really want to talk
Fans,
to
yeah.
them? They were like, yeah, nice, yeah, lovely to meet you.
Hello, what's your name and what's your face? Yeah. Yeah. Fawn Dawkins cut a promo in the ring. They claim that they put on the best TLC match of all time last week.
Come on now.
Now, what we were just saying about the Charlotte thing, this is like, other people can say that. You can't say
Hey,
that.
it was fun. It was a good match.
It would work if these two were like definitive heels at the moment.
That's another thing.
Yeah, but they're not. So
But the greatest of all time is
it's not even in the top two.
Who have you got as your best?
2.
Two.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then-
2.
Yeah, definitely two.
I need to rewatch
I think
one.
yes, me
probably.
too.
Yeah. But one, I imagine one is also because it was the first one, apart from the triangle ladder match. But
I think two's probably better put together, but one is more nuts because the pace is way, way quicker.
2's got the spear, hasn't it?
Yep.
Yep.
And the run-ins from the 3
From
yeah,
their helpers. One has got, though, that backwards bump that Matt takes off the ladder backwards.
Oh, yeah.
And he's about several inches from absolutely decimating himself.
Yeah. There's a lot of good ones though.
There are a lot of good
Yeah.
ones.
I'm not saying it's bad.
No,
but
it was a
to
good
say-
match. It
Yeah,
got
it's just,
5.
as soon as you say it's the greatest this or that, you're like,
I think it got 5 stars off Dave.
oh, well, that means a lot.
I don't mind him, he's a lovable man.
Lovable Dave. It's fitting they use their prosthetic leg in the match because they've got a leg up on the competition. While we're on the subject, how weird is it that a week and a half later they had Zach Gowen and Ricochet doing the leg spot?
Oh yeah.
Was that in direct response to this?
I reckon it's just a Dennis the Menace situation.
TK like put his thing on, used to be beep, like get me Zach Gowen's number. Like we need to respond to this leg abuse.
He's a nice man, him. We did a video about him and he like shared it and that and he was buzzing with it, I think.
Oh, that's
He's
nice.
like, yeah, it was like the story of his career and stuff. Yeah.
Because he had a crazy career and life, bless him.
Yeah. Seems like he's doing well now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, until Ricochet got to him.
Well, yeah.
Fracture interrupt. Nathan Fraser can't believe they're here on SmackDown, rubbing shoulders with the best friggin' tag team in the game right now, amigo. Fraser recounts some advice given them by Shawn Michaels. Take opportunities when they arise. Axiom says they mean no disrespect, but the titles could look great with Fraxium. The Street Profits can't believe Fraxium think they deserve a title shot. Aldis interrupts and says they haven't quite earned one yet, but they can prove themselves against the champs in a non-title match right now.
So our shades are great from the Street Profits because when Fraxium proposed that they're ready for a tag team shot, they're like, really? Just crapping all over these prime white meat baby faces. And then obviously Aldis comes out and makes the match and they're like, what about the ribs, pal? They're their ribs, not the ones,
yeah.
not the ones in the restaurant. They're also great.
Yeah, we can eat later.
Yeah, I didn't mind it. I know that when Nathan Fraser started talking, it was a bit like, but he got it back on track because I think he mentioned the hometown they were in.
He
so,
did.
fair
Remembered
play.
where he was, which is good.
But it's like rubbing shoulders with the
It is. It's frickin' and amigo in his accent. Just
Amigo?
rubs you up the wrong
That'll be
way.
the new tag team, the friggin' Amigo.
And then Axiom sounding like Maffew's like, I think he says no disrespect, but the belts would look good on us. I think that is quite
That is
disrespectful.
quite- yeah.
Yeah. What a punk.
No disrespect, but you stink.
Yeah.
Say that that doesn't work. And then Fraxium actually win the match, benefiting from the banged up state of the champs after TLC match. The two teams shake hands afterwards.
I don't mind it, you know.
Oh, yes.
Well, the SmackDown tag team division has little going on in terms of excitement, as we'll see later on. So the fact that we're having this happen and they were very banged up makes sense. They can have that reason.
They sold them all the way throughout as well. Dawkins goes for his handspring thing, and I'm like, please sell after you've done that. He does the handspring, thwack. And he just go, owie wowie, before doing his thwack. Yes, that's some wrestler speak for you there.
Beautiful. I barely understood most of it. So.
I agree. I thought it was very fun, and it justified them winning. It might seem a bit like, whoa, so soon after they've just retained in this big thing to have them lose, but if there's any time to do it, then yeah, because they're banged up.
It shows the impact of TLC, what it means to the wrestlers. They come out and pretend that nothing happened. You're like, well, all right, do it again.
Yeah. And they still came out looking good because they were getting little sneaky tags in, like when they do the reversal of into the blockbuster Doomsday device. There's a little sneaky tag from the vets of the game in this particular match.
Only this game,
This
yes.
one here right now,
Yes.
Yeah.
Not other games like Tiger Woods.
Yeah, and then conversation of move of the week is Tez breaking up the pinfall after the Nathan Phoenix splash with the step up, and he does a little elbow.
I thought he did it in like a little blockbuster kind
Was
of.
it a blockbuster?
Oh,
No, it's the spinning elbow.
Is it?
Yeah.
Sorry, like the Cesaro.
Yes,
No,
that's
right,
it. I'm
got
trying
it,
to think of
got
someone
it.
else who does that still.
Yes.
And beautiful. Paul Ford was phenomenal in the intro here, stopping a duck down with the headlock and yelling, wrestling.
Yes.
Because he's heel-ish, and then some fan got in his case. And so he just pivoted around. He's got Fraser there, and he hears the guy saying stuff, and he goes, oh, yeah, your mother liked it. It's just all the hips, all the way around as one fan. I'm like, yes, mate.
I always think that he's got incredible posture, Montez Ford, when he walks. He's
Yeah.
always like that. And he's so triangular shaped. He just looks great.
Do you think he works out?
Maybe.
Oh yeah.
They shook hands after the bell as well. Respect.
They do. They do. But so heel-ish?
Nah,
I'm cheering him.
I think they're just cool.
Yeah.
They did mention the gorilla twice though. This trend that's going around. Ooh.
They did. The Gorillas Fear Us or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, because the 100 men in the...
Yeah.
So let's put the money where the mouth is.
100
Lock
men-
them in the pen.
I think 100 men...
That's a contract where we come from, Ross.
100 men
Isn't
would-
that Pachiti's next punishment video?
Probably. I don't know.
Pachiti versus 100 gorillas.
I think 100 men would win.
Against one gorilla?
Yeah.
Depends who the men are.
Yeah, is it meant to look
Yeah,
like
yeah.
us?
We would
Oh,
lose.
is it just
'Cause
normal
no.
men?
Yeah.
Because I think
normal men.
if the men are like mad and brave enough, they wouldn't run as soon as the first one gets destroyed, like the first wave get destroyed. But if it's just normal men, they'll see the first wave get destroyed and everyone just run away. So I don't know. Yeah, we need to know which men.
Yeah. My Instagram Reels threw up a video the other day. It was just a live pig just plopped into an alligator enclosure.
No.
And it's surrounded by about 20 alligators. And the pig sets off and just runs away and gets away from all of them.
Oh!
And in the video, he dies. But it was that moment of 30 seconds where the pig's just running in between all
it's
these
because they gave him a
alligators.
hope spot.
Yeah.
What a pro.
Alligators just lying there outside the, whatever it is in the
Let's
enclosure.
go, pig. Alligators.
But they're all going like, ha! And the pig just goes, what-ish?
The
round
pig
them.
should have jumped on them like stepping stones. Get out
Yeah,
of
Roger Moore did it.
Yeah.
The pig can do it.
Yeah.
I love our new favourite bit. It doesn't need introduction. Ross overshares what he watched this weekend.
there. No, it's been a while since the grim Instagram stuff, actually. Did you fix your algorithm?
It was a global thing for like 2 days. Loads of people complained about the same
Yeah.
thing, being shown people dying.
Yeah.
And Ross was complaining because he'd already seen it.
Yeah,
Hey,
that-
mine's just funny stuff like a man getting sound by an elephant. Whoa-hey! Because he clearly beat the elephant. He got his comeuppance. Great stuff.
Yeah,
Have you seen the one where those restaurants where they serve, like, they get the live lobsters and boil them, and then the lobster just attacks and gets away?
Yeah.
Oh, did you see
like those.
Owen's Instagram? Owen's in, I think, Crete at the minute, or Corfu. He's on a Greek island at the minute.
And is he killing people and filming it? Or
No,
what?
he was in a restaurant, and as part of the entertainment, they just set a bit of the restaurant on fire by the looks of it. He just took a video, a picture, and he was like, bit of a weird...
What
bit
do you
of
mean,
weird
a bit
man.
of the restaurant? Like, what?
I think it's
floor?
a fire show. Yeah, it looks
just like the floor, wasn't it? In the middle of the floor.
Look cool.
The middle of the floor?
They don't care over there, do
Maybe
they?
that's why it's called Corfu. Nah, it doesn't work as a gag. Let's move on. I was going to say, like, they set on fire and go, Core! Ooh. Done quick.
Okay,
decent,
okay,
that.
you brought that one
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
You brought that one back.
And they get away and they go, "Cough."
Yeah, that works as well.
Yeah.
Two-pack
Tupac Shakur was the best thing I've ever heard. Still,
Well
have
done,
you had any
Ross.
praise for that? Has anyone like?
No.
Oh, Tupac Shakur deserves more, way more.
I hope I win the Hall of Fame.
Oh, no, I hated your pun. I can't remember where we're at. Tiff is looking for Naomi backstage, but bumps into Nia Jax. They argue about who's going to win the title match. Stratton will save a seat at the losers table for Nia, right next to Charlotte.
People have been sharing NXT Tiffy promos on Twitter recently. Yep, that's all I need to say.
Wait, as in she's got worse?
Oh, yeah.
The writing is night and day, yeah.
Oh, the writing, right.
Well, yeah, the
I
performance.
think it's a mix of the two.
Yeah,
It has to be the writing though, because she's the same woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
she's clearly thinking about what she's saying more now, and it's not because the delivery on that line there. I don't know what you can do with the delivery on a line like that.
Right, it's a
But it
crap
just-
line.
Yeah, but it just comes out like just so.
I'll save a seat for you at the losers table. It's like, why are you at the losers table?
She'll be at the losers' table once Tiffany's beaten her, just like I beat
But-
Charlotte Flair.
Yeah, but like,
The line makes sense, Maffew. It's just naff.
no, I think it's a horrible line. Why is there a losers table? Why are you there? Why are you thinking about that, Stratton? You should be at the winners table, drinking your winner's juice.
No, again, I agree with Ross. The line makes sense, but it's just cheesy.
No.
Okay, right.
The
well,
Miz tells Carmelo
makes perfect
Hayes.
sense. I don't understand. What's your issue with?
Miz tells Hayes that he only lost Aleister Black last week to provide Mello with scouting footage to prepare for his own match. He hypes Mello up as the 10th wonder of the world, a talent who's going to beat Aleister in front of everybody, just like Miz planned.
Yeah, Miz has reminded me of your impression of Nick Gage. That's right. Yeah, that's right. That's your.
Oh,
that's
hardcore Nick
that's
Gage,
what
yeah.
Miz sounds like. Sounds like you
Oh,
doing Nick Gage.
doing Nick Gage. Okay.
That's right. MDK. Yeah, that's
There
Miz.
you go, yeah, that does make sense.
Oh, thank you.
But this was the week it dawned on me that Miz is not helping Carmelo Hayes' presentation at all. The promo backstage here, why someone like Mello would listen to Miz, I don't know. I know Miz is,
Mello should be cooler.
yeah, but then especially when they're making the entrance for the match and Miz is doing all of his Miz stuff behind Mello, who's being super serial and looking like a star. And the Miz is doing all like behind him. David Brett Miller. It's just like, I know maybe that's what they're going for, the sort of like, because eventually Mello will turn on Miz and get rid of him, but it just, at the moment, it makes me not want to take Mello seriously.
That's what I thought. Is this team supposed to be serious? Because when it started, like Mello was like, "Oh, Miz, what do you like? I don't want to be around you, you nerd." But now he's like accepting Miz's help and contributions,
Well,
and his David Brent.
helped him win the Battle Royal and stuff.
He did, but now that means that Miz has to be like, "Come on, kid."
Yeah. They're not. It would make more sense if they were stylistically similar, but they're very different anyway. Why would Mello? Miz, they're different wrestlers. I don't know.
I don't know, but I put, this team is serious right now. Yeah, seriously about to lose to Black.
Yes!
It'd be so great if they beat Aleister Black or something. But Miz tries to distract Aleister during the match, but Black moves and Mello accidentally knocks his partner off the apron. Aleister gets the win with the roll-up and hits Black Mass on Miz when he tries to attack after the bell.
Are they protecting Mello slightly here then?
I think so.
Which is nice.
Yeah, fair.
I wish they'd started doing it years ago with him,
Yeah.
but well. M's the breaks. But Aleister Black looked great with his lovely finishing move and all that. So
He looks fantastic.
The way he moves around that ring is like, I know it's an obvious thing to say, but especially today, it's unlike anyone else on that main roster. All the stuff he was doing at the start with the kip-ups and the little like transitions into his mat-based stuff was unbelievable. Lovely timing on the black mass on Miz, and then they'll just walk away straight away. Samoa Joe energy.
I think he might be the current WWE. This could be a crazy thing to say. If I was forced to engage in combat with one WWE superstar, he might be the last one I'd want. Maybe.
Oh, that's a nice discussion.
And that's the
topic.
big question.
Yeah, it should be. I don't mind Backlash. Who'd you least want to fight?
Unless you just choose someone massive. Like,
Probably someone Gable as well.
Oh, could
he
be you
just-
like 10 different ways.
Yeah.
Olympian as well. Heart rate of 36.
but crucially,
Little man.
small.
I'll just sit on him.
No,
Like that elephant in that video. Who killed a man? Bollocks. I'm trying to think.
I mean all of them, but like,
Yeah.
yeah.
At least one.
I think Aleister Black for me.
Who's the one you reckon you could beat? And just in the shoot fight?
None of them.
There must be one you think, well, I could
I'm
take.
sober now, so I'm going to say absolutely none of them, Ross.
That's
but, like,
fair.
ask us later on.
That's all.
But no, I think Black will be okay to fight because if he can knock you out with one kick, it's like, well, that wasn't that bad. You're right, a Gable type
I
is
just
going to
don't want to be
stretch
knocked
you.
out with one
They
kick.
know how to keep you awake for as long as possible, as much suffering as they can inflict.
Gable seems like a nice man.
Oh, he's a psychopath.
Oh, right.
Yeah, but El Grande Americano, on the other hand, he's a bastard.
But yeah, I remember a GIF once when he was in a tag team with like Chris Hero, maybe. Were they the?
What, Aleister Black?
Yeah.
And Hero?
Am I thinking of Claudio and Hero?
Claudio and Hero are the kings of wrestling, yes.
There's a tag team involving Chris Hero who
Okay.
stare at a fan who's heckled them, and it's just the scariest thing I've ever seen. But at like a Chikara event or something.
Okay.
But I want to say it was Aleister Black and Chris Hero, but I don't know now. Or Tommy End.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Maybe he's. We're thinking about that now. Who'd at least want to fight?
Think you could take Rey Mysterio?
No.
Okay.
I don't think I'd want to. He's a lovely
He's
man.
thick, Rey Mysterio.
Yeah.
With 2 C's, that is, dear
But you know what? Thank you. But you know, if you even got like one blow in or hurt Ray, it wouldn't matter.
Because he's
He-
indestructible.
Everything he does is, every bit of him is damage.
I think he'd do the inspirational head thing with me, and I'd be like, "Oh, I'm sorry."
I think he got a strike, though. Ha! Then go for the knee.
My knee.
And you break your hand 'cause it's all metal. You're like, ah.
You're about to beat him, and Vicky Guerrero comes out and costs you, but she's a bit late. Where are the?
Backstage, Solo tells Jacob they need a plan for Backlash. Jacob gets fired up and says the only plan he needs is beating all 3 opponents because that's what's going to happen. Jacob storms off. Solo doesn't seem convinced.
Oh, it all feeds into the thing.
Does
makes
I?
sense.
He says new plan as well, which got my ears prickled.
Ooh.
New plan? He's run out of soldiers? Call Chip Hazard.
Oh, it's a small soldier.
Yes.
Great film.
It is a really good film.
Yeah.
Everything else is just a toy.
It really bloody is.
Thingy's
Only
in that,
better if I
isn't
can
he?
remember the start of that quote, but there we go.
Thingy's in that from the comedian from Arrested Development and stuff as well.
Yes.
Tobias. David something maybe.
David Cross.
David
Yeah,
Cross,
David
yes.
Cross. Yeah.
Is that him from the wheelchair in Scary Movie?
That is him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
And other things he's been in include the tag team of Tommy End and Chikara. The Machine Guns are backstage. Raise your fists. They congratulate Fraxium on their win, but DIY ambush both teams. They tell Fraxium they didn't really beat the Street Profits. They just took advantage of their injuries from TLC.
Who would do that? You guys are pathetic.
Yeah, this tag team division remains such a complicated web. Pretty Deadly weren't even on the scene here. Yet they're still in the web. Goodness. I didn't feel anything during the segment at all.
I thought, wow, with such interesting segments like this, it's little wonder no one cares about Machine Guns.
But
wow,
doesn't that-
you guys were really good.
But isn't that weird? Because they've just had this amazing TLC match a week ago, and already we're back to being like, not
It's nothing
feeling
wrong with the
anything.
moves or anything they do in the ring. It's just, okay, what are you doing outside?
Give them some balls, WWE.
Give them some guns.
Give them, yeah.
Real guns.
Right.
That shoot bullets.
No comedy ones that shoot nets or something like that.
Yeah.
Super Soakers. Let's get them going.
Yeah.
Modi City Super Soakers.
Super Soaker machine.
Andrade and Rey Fenix team up against the Shaggers. Santos Escobar distracts the referee, but it backfires and she misses a pinfall on Fenix. The babyfaces win and Escobar berates Birdo for losing. Berto slaps his hand away and leaves alone.
This was a weird match to consume for me because I was sitting there thinking, none of this matters. This entire storyline is a load of bollocks. They're going to go from one mid-card act no one cares about to potentially another mid-card act that less people care about. I would rather it was just presented as a tag team match like AEW have been doing with the showcase, just a big wrestle wank in the middle of the show. Because the action was great, but I was just watching it thinking, this doesn't matter. They're not going to benefit from this, are they? Surely just based off what we've seen from Andrade since he came back.
Yeah.
I agree with you a little bit because I do think that's one of the Machine Guns issues. No, they can't just have them be in a match and go, aren't they great? No, you do need a bit more meat on the bone than that. However, the meat here stinks. So
I also think Phoenix continues to look a bit weak. He would have lost if the referee wasn't distracted.
Oh.
To Berto?
now all I've put is this late in the show they're putting this on. I'm like looking at me watch going, where's Cena? Andrade with the Xena Vega pop. It's like, oh yeah.
What a nasty
Wow.
thing to say.
How can we be blamed as fans for not popping for a man who's poorly written?
Put them back
Exactly.
together.
They should do.
Andrade and Zelina. But she's a champion now. No.
Give her a gun.
Right. I don't know if guns are always the answer
And
here.
I think that we haven't tried it yet.
We told you
if
to
we
keep-
give everybody guns.
We told you to keep your view of American politics off the podcast. And you're just bringing, you bloody love them, you.
Anyway, then at least the moves though, nice. No
Yeah.
issues with that.
Yeah.
Phoenix still looks beautiful.
What?
Phoenix.
Can't see his face.
I would say Angel and Beto are much more beautiful.
Yes.
Much more beautiful.
As beautiful as they are in their faces, Phoenix's ring work is even
Oh,
more
the
beautiful.
wrestling.
Beautiful.
He looks
would
great.
say.
Former, as we know, former Cultaholic wrestler of the year.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And here comes John Cena to close this long show with a promo. Somebody throws a drink into the ring during his introduction. It feels like a product placement.
He holds it
I
up with
wasn't.
the logo.
I wasn't too sure, but like, wait, that's not one of the products that's sponsoring WWE. It's not Wheatley's vodka. It's not Prime.
Okay.
What was it?
It was just a bottle,
I couldn't
and they
even-
didn't show the logo.
Some
I was
kind
trying to
of
look at
beer,
it and go, yeah, that is just a cup.
He says beer after it. He goes, oh, he's throwing empty bottles of beer in the ring. And I was like, well, that was beer. It was an odd
Right,
looking
yeah,
bottle.
I wouldn't
was
have
like,
thought that.
Yeah.
Cena says, tomorrow our childhood dies, which, oh my God, that's a good quote. Randy Orton isn't here tonight because he's at home preparing for the match. They first defined wrestling almost 25 years ago and share 31 championships between them. Whew. They defined the ruthless aggression era, and every fan of a certain generation chose either Orton or Cena.
Or Batista.
Tomorrow's their final match, and we'll learn that Orton has been lying to himself. He has no hustle, loyalty, or respect. He got into the business due to his family connections. He's only in WWE because he's a piece of the furniture, and nobody respects the Orton family. Nobody knows Orton Sr. exists, which I thought was a good line, because, yeah, it's true. And the only good thing Orton Jr. did was getting Randy's mom pregnant. Oof.
Oh.
Well, what a
Being-
great job he did. 'Cause
Yeah.
Randy's
Yeah,
got a
good
brother,
job.
so he did it at least twice. Maybe more.
That's right,
And
Barrio.
look at the genetics of Randy. They always mention it. If you could build a superstar from the ground up.
Yeah. You want to see the hair of his brother as well. Beautiful hair.
Oh, really?
Lovely curly hair.
Is he also
The fact
like,
that you even remember that guy is amazing.
is he as big as Randy?
In the background, Joel. Randy Orton brother.
Barry Orton, I think his name.
Barry?
There he is,
No,
looking
that's not
great.
Barrio.
It's not his brother?
From Dave Meltzer's that panel where he's on.
Nathan or Roderick?
One of the two. That's the one.
I have
my
no idea who this
goodness.
person
Beautiful
is.
hair. Beautiful hair. Beautiful
Roderick
boy.
Orton.
Beautiful-
or Nathan Orton
beautiful
even.
boy.
Gorgeous boy. Gorgeous. Look at that.
Wow.
He's a
Look at those
boxer.
eyes.
Looks a bit like John Cena.
He's got the Buzz Lightyear chin. Bloody
Yeah.
hell, mate.
Yeah.
See?
Are they just like the most genetically like strong family in all of Missouri? What's going on?
Probably.
Jaws.
He doesn't look real.
You know if there's like
randy eyes, hasn't he?
those in both senses.
Phrasing, Ross.
You know if there's trouble in St. Louis, they just like round up the Orton boys. We'll shut this town. We'll shut it. I accidentally swore in the middle of my stupid impression. Right. Anyway, yeah.
Fantastic.
Aye.
I did not know that person existed. Thank you. I thought you were talking about Barry Orton, which is like
Not
hang on.
Barry. That's
Yeah.
his. Is that his uncle?
I can't remember. I wasn't prepared for the Orton family quiz, but being a legend killer isn't impressive. Orton used his mean streak to remove names that were barely relevant anymore. Tomorrow, Cena will kill the legend of Randy Orton and make him a failure, ... just like his 2006 drug test.
Now that moment there, that was making me think this would be a lot more better. A lot more better. This would be a lot better if it was just the Doctor of Thugonomics here and not this Part-time thespian.
Yeah.
Because the promo was all well laid out and he was presenting it like, oh. But then when he's throwing in little barbs like that, I was like, just get to the Dr. Thugonomics stuff. It'd be a lot more entertaining.
That's what I was thinking as well. A big, and I think a criticism I agree with of the Cena heel run so far has been that it feels put on. It's not that, it doesn't feel that authentic. But we've seen Cena years ago do a more authentic heel thing. I know the Dr. Thugonomics was cheesy and everything, but it felt like he was really putting everything into it. Whereas here he is just, it's like he's acting. I know they're all acting, but it's very apparent that he's acting.
Yeah, I get you. It was a weird mix of him trying to do a Cena heel 2025 promo, and then just that bit there, like, you'll be a failure, like your 06 drug test is like, is you trying to impersonate the worst CM Punk style promos? Like, remember that real life thing that happened?
There's no bad CM Punk promo.
Sorry.
MJF, you can say.
Orton failed his drug test in 06. Like, what a lie. As if they test wrestlers.
And also, how can... I don't know if I should... How can Cena have a go at someone? Have you seen his veins?
It's like, yeah, all natural.
He's a natty boy.
I saw a comment on...
The prototype.
I think it was
So lowly and respect.
I think it was on Reddit or Twitter. Someone put like, I don't mean to ask this in a nasty way, but why does Cena have squiggly veins?
Yeah.
And then the reply was like, he was tragically born with squiggly vein syndrome.
Cena poses with a belt, but a decoy Orton tries to hit him with a
I hope it
KO.
was Miles.
I was going to say, yeah.
I know who it was. Someone saw this on Reddit. They matched up the tattoos. It was actually the leader of the Culling, Sean Spears.
Was it really?
It was Sean Spears.
He looked a lot more slender than what Sean appears to be.
he was
Having a
all-
stroke there.
He was all...
Slendon. Try to hit RKO. Cena fights off the attack, but is then RKO'd by the real Randy. Orton stands tall with the belt. The decoy Orton is not explained and never will be.
I hate stuff like
it was the fake Eric Rowan.
I hate stuff like that and like this as well. Like, I get it's to make a moment or whatever, but I want it to also make sense. So does Orton paid this man off to do that? Is that I need a little explainer.
I assume so.
Okay, fine.
So he can stand tall and send a message to John. Wrestling 101. I can't, the way that John was, because it was a well laid out promo, the way he was using the HLR to mean two different things for the pair of them. Hustle, light, and respect. Not the hot lesbian racing that we all know and love.
It's like a throwback.
Like that was a nice, juxtaposition there of those two things being made to mean different things. But I was fully on board with the first promo he did when he initially turned heel, but since then it's been wank for me. You know?
Right. I remember.
Yeah.
We were so. I think all of us were so excited when he first turned heel because of the face, and we thought this is going to be a totally different Cena, and it just hasn't gone the way that we thought.
No.
I think you can bring it back though easily. That's a thing.
He's not got much time.
Well, yeah. Hopefully,
It's already
raise
made.
up. Yeah, but it's everyone thought, well, it's going to lead to this. We got none of that in Mania, and now it's okay. I was going on TV and be like, remember when you failed drugs? And saying stuff like, I guess he's supposed to be evil heel Cena, but at the same time, you've been a failure, Randy. You've never met up to your potential. He's like, and then they said on commentary, Randy Orton's the third behind Cena and Flair in terms of titles.
But he's a heel though, Maffew. It's fine if he lies.
I know, I'm contradicting myself. But I'm just there like,
I know
am
what
I
you're
supposed
saying,
to be caring about this? It just felt like a bunch of
What is
words, not really
Orton's-
well put together.
What is Orton's best ever match?
Oh,
Is it Foley?
that's my go-to. Damn it.
He's had great moments, but
That
Christian
first
stuff.
Undertaker one was the Mania one.
Oh, yeah, that was good.
and
Best.
was the Cell good or not? The Hell in a Cell.
It was
against Taker.
okay.
All right. Oh, it's the one with Bob bled everywhere.
Yeah,
Taker,
and he had
Taker
hep.
was like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
You can't see me. That was a hepatitis C joke.
Oh, good.
Knock that up.
Good. Well done.
Well done indeed.
A good hep joke.
Hep the hepatitis. Like Hep the Barrow, as they say in Middlesbrough
They
here.
do say that in
Hep
Borough.
the Barrow was an amazing phase of Cultaholic, really. It really took over the...
Don't know how he even started.
I don't
Well, you
know,
say
it
hep
was the
spread.
caravan park.
Potentially,
Well,
yeah.
you-
Oh, God.
It was already well established by the caravan.
I found out after the event. So everyone was staying up and getting drunk and that. I went to a different caravan where half the group had split and stuff. And then Sam thought that I'd locked him and Ross out of our caravan. And that's when Ross went to get the keys and then messaged me from the buggy that he was on with the man from Middlesbrough. And he sent me a voice message like, I'm with the man from Borough. And I was just there like, what's going on? You didn't convey that you needed let in. Apparently Sam was saying really nasty things about me to people behind my back. Because he was drunk and he was like, I hate Jack, I hope his family died.
Oh my God.
Because I'd not locked him out, but he thought I had.
The man loves his bed.
Yeah, he does, man. I just found this out the next day. I was like, oh, God, right. Ross threw a burger out the window and I thought I was going to die laughing because just throwing a burger out of a window is the funny. It's just a funny thing.
Well, I threw it back in and it's gone Sam in the face. One of the best.
Why
you
didn't he-
you
why didn't
couldn't
he-
do that.
Oh,
sober.
did you then say, oh, it was Jack? I explained that.
Yeah, I was like, why didn't he cut a savage promo on you? What did you get up to that night, Joe? Was it good?
I was in the caravan that you came
You had
to.
I
visit.
came with the-
Ashton's clothes on, didn't you, Joel?
I had
That was the
on
next
day
day.
two.
That was the day after.
Him and
yeah.
Ashton swapped clothes.
wow.
What game was it,
Once
Joel?
we left, apparently they bust out all the weird games.
I can't remember.
Me
I
neither,
don't know
yeah.
why we did that.
Something involving cards.
Yeah.
And it ended up that Joel and Ashton had to swap clothes.
Goodness me.
What an orgy it was!
Yeah,
Oh, God.
Wild
wasn't
weekend.
It was a great weekend, and then Will got COVID. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Backlash, which hopefully not give us COVID. Jacob Fatu defends the US title against LA Knight, Drew McIntyre, and Damian Priest. Drew almost has the match won, but Priest pulls the ref out the ring. McIntyre and Priest brawl into the crowd, where Priest hits South of Heaven off a high production crate through a pair of tables below. Knight prepares to elbow drop Fatu through the announce table, but Solo pulls him out of the way. Knight goes to attack Solo, but is taken out by a man from the crowd. It's the debuting Sean Spears as Randy Orton. No, it's not. It's Jeff Bloody Cobb.
It is.
Famous luchador.
Plan B.
Jacob doesn't seem happy about this, but takes advantage to pin Knight and win the match. He storms the back on his own.
Ooh.
He's not happy.
I like these developments a lot. Sorry, Ross.
A lot.
No, you go.
Well, I just hope Drew's all right, because that
It's been, Triple H just said he was a bit banged up.
a bit banged up.
I mean, I looked at it and people said it was the bare concrete. And you go, isn't there like something below those
I
tables?
hope so.
It looked like it's not just concrete then tables. That obviously people know the trajectory. It looked
still-
like there was at least something underneath there.
still
But
would've
even
checked
having said that, yeah, the way they take that on your head's obviously not very
Yeah.
pleasant. But Triple H assured us he's okay.
Fair enough.
And he wouldn't lie.
I also hope that the green shirt man is okay because he was not in the front row.
I
You know the
saw,
smiley face on his shirt.
Yeah,
I,
remember
I
what you're
saw
talking
a
about, yeah.
man behind the announce table, and I thought that was him, but it was just another. More people wear green shirts.
A cheap
That
imitation.
should not be allowed.
No, it shouldn't.
That should be
Timu
illegal.
green shirt man.
There was a guy who used to come to the early WCPW shows with a Carlito shirt, and he said he wanted to become Carlito shirt guy, which I thought was quite cool. I think he stopped going.
After one show, he gave up. Sounds like the real Carlito, to be honest with you. So everyone gets a pop coming out, which I thought was very nice. Everyone over. Good start to the show. Crowd chants they want tables, which is a bit odd. Shut up. So Fatu gives Priest a Samoan drop on the guardrails. Jesus.
Jesus.
Yeah, that was a cool spot.
That was after a portion of the match where they're all taking turns to get their poo in. LA Knight starts the match getting his poo in. Poetry in motion. He was taking on all lads. Priest then gets on top. Then Drew gets on top. Then Fatu gets on top, which culminates with what you just said there, Maffew. I'll continue to speak until you finish your drink.
What a polite person you are.
I can step in if needed.
You.
I'm Jack the.
Oh, hi, Jack. Yeah,
the
what have you got to
jobber.
say?
Good match. I enjoyed it a lot.
Thank you, Jack. Love Drew doing the overhead off the top to Fatu, who landed on Knight and I guess a swanton. Fatu immediately getting back up to attack Drew with the big ass in the corner.
It fired him up, that taking that move. Yeah, I like. Oh, he's so exciting to watch, Jacob Fatu.
We get the traditional ref gets yanked outside the ring, but the cameras don't show the outside, so the ref is yeeted out of frame and always gets me.
Is happening too much in the World Wrestling
you think?
Federation today, yeah, because it happens obviously in the main event as well. I'm sort of just expecting it on a premium live event, especially.
Wait, does it happen in the main event?
The ref down spots.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
ref
that
down,
is
okay,
happening
yeah.
a lot. Yeah.
Well, a ref yanking or a ref down, one of the two.
Then you buy me a drink first.
But they are happening too frequently for my liking.
Fair enough.
Yes.
You've got to buy them 3 drinks in a row, and then you do.
Now, but Jeff Cobb is here because everyone is Samoan. Fatu realizing Solo's trying to place him was nice. They felt a lot of action here, as well as further 2 different storylines with Priest and Drew hating one another. They had that big evil stare. And then, yeah, Solo continued to being an amazing recruiter like Jerry Krause
Oh,
from
right.
The Last Dance in the Chicago Bulls.
Oh, but didn't he get coup coach in and no one liked it? Anyway, so
Well, that was it, yeah. So that Fatu can be Jordan or
yeah,
whatever.
Fatu's Jordan.
Yeah.
So I think that this is really. I can't wait for Jacob to be a babyface, but I know that Triple H likes to take it slow, so it might take a long time to get there.
Yeah.
But Cobb, even if he's like new, even if fans of WWE might never have seen him before, he looks so immediately. You're like, whoa, he's a scary boy. So I'm excited to see what happens.
Yeah. Even more Lucha Underground graduates.
Matanza.
Or in WWE.
Oh,
now.
we need Dario.
Phoenix, Penta.
We need Dario Cueto.
That would be fantastic.
He was
Him and Vampiro for one last run.
He was like one of the best promos in wrestling.
Oh, absolutely.
I think because he was an actor.
Yeah, and because he appeared in Always Sunny as well. There's 2 references, but like, it would be so good. Like, why are you booking this match? Dario Cueto goes, because I love violence. It's like, okay, there we go. That's all we need.
And he was meant to be, Jeff Cobb was meant to be his brother. And they said them stand
right,
side
yeah.
by side. He's like, here is my brother. It's like, are you sure?
And he fed him B-Boy. B-Boy got eaten.
B-Boy.
Yeah.
Oh.
So great.
I've not seen it. Well, I did start watching it a few months ago and then stopped for some reason. Yeah.
Season
That's
1.
fair enough.
Just season. Yeah, I was going to go
It's
through
quite
them all.
refreshing, isn't it?
Yeah.
At the time, it was nothing like it. Looked beautiful.
Who was in the first match with Charlo? Because I remember thinking, what a way to start a new series.
Is it Big Rick?
It's a big
Ezekiel
it's a,
Jackson?
A big older. No, it's not.
No,
Ezekiel
it's
Jackson.
Blue Demon Jr., I think.
Big older luchador.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the first match.
I think so, because Chavo attacks Blue Demon Jr. and he's all confident, like, hee. I attacked Blue Demon Jr. And then throughout the series, people like, from Mexico, they're saying, like, he's got lots of friends and family. I don't know if you know this, but Blue Demon Jr. is a legend. You better run. And Chavo's like, oh no, why did I attack that legend? He's got loads of followers and stuff. So.
So I've obviously seen clips of Drago and that when he dies and comes back to life and whatever else happened. Someone was showing me them back in the day.
Yes.
So I was thinking, the first match in this is going to be wild.
Yeah.
And it's just Chavo, this old man, just doing like rest holds and that.
Drago was a dragon. He turned into one in Lucha Underground. He had a feud based around the fact that he was like Brian Cage or someone. Whoever he was feuding with didn't believe in dragons, and that was the feud.
Right.
But the mystery was ruined for me when he asked me for a phone charger at WCPW Drago. I was like, a dragon wouldn't need a... Yes, you can have it. Awful times. Ruined it. I wanted to believe. Anyway.
I can imagine you just going, but you're a dragon.
You don't need a phone charger.
Dragon's like, well, yeah, I can breathe fire. I still need to charge my phone.
And he gave me a gold piece, and I skipped away.
Lyra defends the women's IC title against Becky Lynch.
Just Lyra.
Valkyria.
Yeah.
Hey.
Just hate this. I've been doing this all right for 6 months.
You hate it, do you?
I absolutely do. If we get to the end of the year and I've messed up again, that should be it. Becky fights Dirty and taunts Lyra's fiance in the front row, LJ Cleary, of More Than Hype fame.
He had a tough weekend, bless him.
People say that, yeah, but it's from weirdos.
I know, yeah. But still, it's not nice to see no matter who it comes from.
Wait,
Believe me.
Wait, what's happened?
Oh, like
Just people
again,
say it in the way he
It's
looks.
nice. It's like one or two goons see this and criticize LG Cleary, and then everyone's like, "Have you seen this? Everyone's talking about it. We can't let the goons win."
Have you seen him in his wrestling gear? He looks great.
I have.
He looks great.
I'd love to
I'm with you.
nuzzle into his hairy chest.
Oh, yeah.
by giving these people the attention, they've won.
Oh, so people going like, "Where you're punching, mate?" Where?
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, no, I think he's good looking as well.
Yeah.
What do these fans look like? Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Anyway.
They look like cartoons, really cool cartoons.
Oh, was that their profile pictures?
Yes,
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, Goku from Dragon Ball Z hates LJ Cleary. She targets Lyra's eye, but the champ reverses the roll-up with one of her own and retains the title. Becky immediately attacks Lyra after the bell and locks in the disarmer until road agents pull her away.
I thought the eye bit was a shoot. Just sort of
It was really convincing.
a flailing arm caught Lyra in the transition between the roll-ups at the end.
Yes.
I thought it was the nose.
Well, it was
Cole kept saying
Cole,
the nose,
Cole
yeah.
was having
She was like,
I think Cole had a bit of a bad night. There
I
was
thought she hold her nose.
I thought it was the eye.
She gets caught in the eye definitely when she goes.
When
for
she
the
rolls her
roll.
up, she's pinned her with one arm. because
she's like
holding
this.
her.
I mean, maybe
Yeah,
she
she
hit so
does
hard she
both.
forgot what was what.
Cole kept on being like, her nose is splattered across her face, and it wasn't. And there's a moonsault where it gets reversed with knees.
Yeah.
And for some reason, Cole decides that she didn't get
Oh, she didn't get all of it. The show replays like, no, you land on knees.
Shows a replay, and it reminded me of like when Mark Clattenburg tries to justify a penalty decision, and then he sees the replay and pretends that it's still that. I was like, Cole, what are you doing? He was clearly he had a busy night.
But having said that, I don't think that took away
Great
from
match.
what these two wrestlers were going
Great
for.
match.
Bloody hell, Cole said Becky's first singles match in a year since the cage match with Liv Morgan. I
Wow.
went, whoa, okay.
That was a good one as well.
Her fitness regime outside the ring is second to none. Mm-hmm. I don't know why I put that voice on for that there, but there we go. Because she didn't miss
In the
a step.
world.
All the transitions in the early good. It was a lovely mix of scrappy do, scrappy scrap,
Yeah.
but also liquid wrestling at the same time, mixed in with the scrap. This will feel wank. I've written down, actually, this will sound so wanky, but it felt like a coming of age for Lyra Valkyria.
It did. She got a win over Becky. I mean, she beat her on NXT, but this was much bigger.
There's obviously different leagues.
And it was a show where going in, everyone was saying, well, Becky's winning this one then. And she just didn't. And I'm glad that it wasn't because Bayley cost Becky as well.
Yeah.
I thought that might be what happened, but I prefer it this way. Yeah, she got beaten down afterwards, but hopefully it'll make her more sympathetic.
But there wasn't like the, bigger room.
No,
when
she was there
walked
for
in.
business.
Aye, she looked at least on Becky's level all the way through the match. Obviously, I guess you could say out-wrestled her for the finish with the trading
That's
roll-ups.
exactly what I thought, yeah.
So I think she needed this kind of match, and hopefully now the booking of the title keeps up with what they've produced here, because there's a chance now the title, as we saw heading into WrestleMania, might just go missing for a little bit in terms of having like matches on cards.
Right.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say she's like a better wrestler than Becky, but just as mechanically, just as a worker, she's probably better than Becky. Like, she's really good in the ring.
Oh, yeah, I love watching her.
It's just about getting that, translating that, making that help her get more popular.
I think the only thing she's got going against her is her character outside of it and the talk and stuff, where
Too nice a voice.
she needs, like myself, she needs bass.
She does.
She can borrow some of mine, bloody hell. But as soon as she gets that sorted out, hopefully she can.
Her matches now are just, she's getting to the level where, like, if it's a match with her, you know it's going to be a good one on the show. Whether it's a Raw match or whatever, she's just fantastic.
Yeah, and it's ended up being bloody great, as you said, that I did all the wrestle stuff at the beginning because the bloody hell, we had a 4-way of everything, so it's not going to just go right into bang, bang, bang. So build up, slow to begin with, get faster like Greek music.
They got plenty of time.
They got lots of time here. Kept on going and frustrating Becky. I did not like the ref deciding to be a dum-dum and take her eyes off the match. They're supposed to be officiating, going, the turnbuckle pad came
When
off.
she hits the Nightwing and she's doing the turnbuckle pad, and they're both, after the kick out, both down selling, doing nothing, and then she doesn't go back to the turnbuckle. That's what she should be doing.
Disgusting.
Disgraceful referee.
It did give us the tease, though. It was like, so the finish is going to be Lyra losing, but protesting she had Becky beat if it hadn't been for that turnbuckle
it got
pad.
me.
So they got me. I'll give them that. The only other issue is, again, as great wrestling, everything, people aren't necessarily accepting Becky as a heel, which I think does affect
This
things
might help.
because hopefully it does.
Yeah.
But you can hear it loud and clear. People going, it's Becky, yay, we
She's
don't care
too
what you
big a
said on
star,
Raw.
man.
You're
It's
a
like
big
Cena.
star. We've missed you. You've only just come back, so it's going to be a hard thing. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, and either the nose getting tended off the eye or ears,
She hit her in
knees
the
and
face
toes,
towards the end.
whatever. And she won. And it was simple out wrestle, which I always like those finishes.
Yeah. But then I quite liked as well, to be fair, that Becky was so quick to attack her after. She didn't even get to stand up.
Yeah. Like that as well. It's not like that, I can't believe I lost. It's just, no, I'm not
I'm
having
fuming,
that.
yeah.
Fuming. So great stuff here. I hope Lyra rides that wave all the way to wherever she wants to go.
Was it the best match of the night? Joel's
Second,
nodding.
second for me.
First one?
First one was the best.
It's one of the two, isn't it?
We
I
had
think if you
different
start-
styles of matches throughout the night. So
I don't know if any of the three of us picked this one either on the podcast
think
last
I
week.
did.
Did you now?
I'm going to say that.
Ooh.
I'm not going to say what conference because I can't remember. So
I think one of us went 4-way. One of us might have gone Pat Gunther.
that will definitely not be me.
Oh, no, yeah.
But I probably should have. Anyway, we'll get to that in a second. Dom defends the IC title against Penta. Carlito comes out to distract the ref with Balor and JD attacking Penta on the outside. Finn takes too long, and the referee catches him with a chair. He ejects the Judgment Day, but Balor continues to argue on the apron. This allows El Grande Americano to run from the crowd and attack Penta with the loaded mask. Dom gets the win, and you're right, Cole had another howler because he said that was Gable.
No. Cole was spot on there. Oh, made it through the whole Becky match without...
Well
getting
done, mate.
involved
You held
in
it in like a fart in a long car ride.
Tell you what, Finn wasn't that happy in the aftermath. He's kind of politely...
I'm thinking, do one.
Finn helped Dom win here.
But he could have helped him more.
Yeah,
Because he
it's,
delayed and he was like, I'll go get the chair. That's a better idea.
Yeah.
No, Finn.
Cole yelling, what? He didn't need that.
And then
From it.
El Grande's still involved. I didn't realize he was still feuding with... Well, he just hates
I think he's
luchadors,
feuding with
doesn't he?
all of the
Yeah,
luchadors,
fair.
so
Yeah.
which makes sense. This felt like the match Dom just had on Raw, right down to the amount of interference and who was interfering, which was a bit weird for me.
He wrestled even more babyface-ish than that match you're referencing there.
Yeah, I mean, the top it to the DDT, the outside was
yeah.
beautiful. And the crowd cheering him.
The commentators even go like, that was really good from Dom. Like they're putting him over.
What else was really good is when he goes for the Oblivion, you see in the second before, he's trying to knock Penta down for the 619, but Penta doesn't get in position. So he starts to go and run towards the far ropes, and he goes, whoop, and changes his mind. Hits an Oblivion. The ring general. Dominic My stereo.
And it was cute. It was really cute that he did the Oblivion as well.
Yeah.
Because that's his girlfriend's move.
I do my girlfriend's moves. Oh, look incredible.
Moves. My name is Dommy Dom.
If you're a fan of the JD drama than I am, then yay. More of Balor attempting to accidentally not help Dom was enough for me. Not much else here other than to set up Penta versus El Grande and Balor versus Misery.
Mysterio. It's pronounced Mysterio.
Mrs. Carmelo Hayes.
And again, Dom, very, very over. So this was a nice little match, but nothing of any consequence.
No, yeah. I think it was definitely the least pay-per-view-y of the pay-per-view matches, which is normally fine, but when there's only 5, kind of want them all to be pay-per-view matches. Paul.
I would argue
Paul.
you could finish watching the pay-per-view before this match started, and you wouldn't have lost any sort of enjoyment from the rest of the night.
Interesting.
If that makes sense.
Oh,
Why would you say
that's
that?
interesting. You weren't a fan of the next match then?
No, I think they missed the tone completely.
Wow.
That's a good point, you know.
This has been an interesting discussion in this.
I enjoyed it, but am I still allowed to agree? Am I still allowed to agree with Ross, even though I enjoyed it?
Okay, well, we'll read this out so people know the context.
I'll say it's a game of 2 halves. Because it started off not very good, and then by the end it was good.
Well, for me, it's a...
Sometimes maybe good, sometimes. Gunther largely dominates Pat in their match. McAfee. Sometimes I see Pat's surname and I get confused. And McAfee? I'm like, no, Matthew, come on. Pat Valkyria. Michael Cole repeatedly shouts at him to pin Pat and get it over with, but Gunther refuses and locks in a Boston crab. Surely he calls that something different.
Austrian.
Dusseldorf crab. Oh, he's
crab.
Austrian, Jesus.
Austrian.
Cole heads to ringside, urging Pat to make the ropes. Gunther drags Cole into the ring, but Pat saves him and the match continues. Cole trips Gunther during a suplex, and Pat almost gets the win, but the ring general chokes him out with a sleeper shortly afterwards. Gunther gives Pat a nod of respect after the bell. Again, I can't believe that I was like, I can't believe we're doing this. This sucks. This is stupid. Why is Gunther doing this? I can't believe how much I end up enjoying this.
I enjoyed it as well. But I think I agree with Ross that the tone was wrong, though. Even though I'm so conflicted because I enjoyed it, but I wish it was something different at the same time.
Okay, like what? The
Ross
person in the
why,
match, you mean, or just?
I was going to say it was a game of 2 halves because obviously we're all fired up after Gunther's promo on Raw. He's like, only God can take my hands off your throat or whatever.
Like a wet towel.
And Gunther saunters out down the ramp, laughing away and ha ha ha, not taking this seriously. I was wanting Jimmy Uso, scenes from Raw that time when he made him look like Gromit for the bit of toast with jam on. I was wanting that kind of stuff in the start of that match because it went on for maybe half the match. I might be over-exaggerating a little bit there, but it was certainly a big chunk of the first part of the match, which is Gunther not being as hard as I was wanting him to be, if that makes sense. Because the hands of God. Only that, I guess God must have told him to have the night off, really, for the first part of the match anyway. But to your point, I thought the second half of the match, Pat's performance was great. I liked his mat wrestling bits with the kebab to show he knows what he's doing in there. He took a good beating as well. He gave a good beating as well in certain parts there of his performance as well. What am I saying there? The flip out of the shoot German attempt. The shoot flip out the German attempt.
Moonsault into the German. Like he did it twice.
Yeah.
It's like Ninja Mac.
So his performance was a lovely babyface performance. It was just that first part of the match. I was like, I wanted to see Gunther frothing at the mouth.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying, but then it's like, oh, maybe God told him to go easy. Yeah, God probably went, lol, it's only Pat. Like, calm down, mate. Cole says he's going to be not impartial for the first time in his career.
Bollocks, I was there with a Miz.
Thank you. Look, people in 2010 going, we wish that statement was true. Whoa, what a bad time. Crowd adored this and ate this up. Cole's pleading commentary. Gunther getting to beat up Pat and get some of his aura back after a quick loss to Jay. I think this is exactly what needed to be for Gunther. Pat doing his punts and whatnot and his backflips, the crowd getting into it because he knows exactly what to do at the right moment with enough backup and preparation. Gunther kicking out at one because I've written here because I was laughing and being very happy. Then Pat made a comeback again. Gunther cut him off immediately with a powerbomb to show how easy it is. Then Cole begged Gunther some more. Gunther beating up Pat in front of Cole with Gunther about to powerbomb him. Cole escaping and trying to do the Warrior Rude WrestleMania 5 finish, that got me. And I was like, no way.
Honestly,
Like reaching for the TV as if that will help anything.
I was horrified when it looked like that was the finish.
Yeah. And I thought, okay, right, steeper hold. And then they still did another hope spot where, oh my God, Pat's recovering. And no, mate, that's it.
Yeah.
I'm a miserable bitch, I've written here, because I thought this was going to be mid, despite the talent of Wrestler of the Year every year, Gunther, and can do good stuff like once a year, Pat. I'm so sorry for doubting news. I really enjoyed it.
He did.
As long as this is it, we don't want to see a series, and God forbid it's just building towards Gunther versus Michael Cole.
Yes.
War of the Worlds, whatever that show's called.
He did like mess up the spring over the ropes at one point and fell, which was a little bit.
He did that for me.
He did that for you.
He follows me.
But
That tape traded shows that he was on in 06. I couldn't believe it.
Pat McAfee.
Yeah, he wrestled at Idway Deep South against War Pig.
What?
He was a big fat guy in a pig mask.
This is when he was a football player.
Yeah, it's a big wrestling fan. For like 30 people,
I don't
Idway
know if
Deep
it was
South.
the same Pat McAfee.
It's him.
Okay.
Hand on heart. It's so weird, and he's like, yeah.
Pat. So I liked it for the reasons.
And
you've
Gunther
said.
hates me. Everything's imbalanced.
I like it because of the reasons you've said there. But the part of Ross's argument that I agree with is that I thought tonally it was off. In that I tweeted this and I got some stick for it because wrestling's
That doesn't sound like Twitter.
Wrestling's a very partisan place now. I said, wow, WWE love Pat, don't they? They gave him everything here. He was fighting out of loads of stuff. He was looking really brave, more than most baby faces on the show. If this hadn't happened so soon after the Lyra thing, I'd have been fuming because I'd have been like, why doesn't Lyra get... But Lyra did get this sort of treatment as well, thankfully. And then he gets the nod of respect from Gunther afterwards and everything. And I was like, wow, they want Pat to be the biggest babyface. Do that with some of the wrestlers, please.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know Pat's very... He can just get the crowd behind him and everything. Like, he just knows how to.
He's insanely over. Even if you don't like him, a lot of people don't. People are very happy seeing Wade Barrett on commentary for this pay-per-view.
But I said that tweet and then I got two almost like similar, very close together replies. You just can't win anymore. One person said,
you're right.
can we not talk about whether WWE love him or not and just focus on the great performance? And then someone else said, so you're just going to ignore all his botches then? Pathetic. I was like, pathetic? What's going on?
I keep telling people, it's like, Maffew, you see what this person said on Twitter?
Oh,
no.
man.
No, and you shouldn't worry yourself either.
I've managed to ignore it for a while, but just once in a while I'll just fall back in and I'll be like, "Argh!"
Someone asked, I think it was Tom, asked me, like, Maffew, when are you getting a cat? I'm like, what do you mean? It's just like, well, you say you love my cat. You said the other people that you hang out with, they say you like their cats. Why don't you get a cat? And I says, I might do, just for the sole purpose of someone responds to something, anything that disagrees with me slightly, it'll just be a picture of me cat licking its ass.
Oh.
I think that'll get me through the day with Twitter.
Yeah, fair enough.
Or like, I'll get one of those little rats that you can put cowboy hats on. Oh, you don't like Pat's performance, do you? Look at my friend,
Little
Mr.
rats
Scrunchy.
that you can put cowboy hats on.
Yeah, I've seen them.
I think he was called Kid Cash, wasn't he?
Give
me
that.
that.
Wow.
Yeah, come on.
Wow, okay.
Get in. Did he ever wear a cowboy hat?
He'd look
He
good
was
with one.
Southern.
If he's doing the Kid Rock gimmick, he's surely got
I
the...
should have just said Kid Rock. It would have been better.
Yeah.
Never mind.
No, it was good.
Good match.
Stand by that. But yeah,
I think the finish just about saved it for me, but that first chunk, I just couldn't get it out of my head for the rest of it.
I would have been all right with Pat, not Gunther not giving the nod, or be like, yo, put it here, man. He'd be like, yeah, and go, get away from me, or something like that. But the important thing is, Gunther's aura was restored here. That's what this wasn't Operation make everyone, give Pat a quick handy. This was Operation get Gunther over, get him back at that. If Gunther, look, I'm going to eat me words like I did at WrestleMania. If Gunther's then going, wow, I feel great. Hey, Jay, how about that rematch? Then fantastic. Back to where we should be.
Alex there from North messaged me with a good point about this match. He said, Cole was insufferable. Gunther wasn't even doing anything wrong. He was just hitting him with moves. And Cole's going, right, stop the match now. That's enough.
Oh, yeah.
He's doing it about 3 minutes in. He's
People
like,
were
that's enough.
Yeah, and some of the meme groups they were like, oh, Cole, shut up, Cole, shut up, Cole. I'm like, but that's the point of the match. Like,
Pat was fighting for their voice.
I thought that all worked together. Like, yeah.
Oh, well, take it up with Alex there, Matthew.
Oh, Will. Oh, he's lovely. No, I can't do
he's
that.
quite tall as well.
Oh, I hadn't noticed.
Oh. What does that mean?
Because I'm small.
Oh, right. You're not that small.
Oh, thank you.
That's all right.
I am. In the main event, John Cena defends the WWE Championship against hometown hero Randy Orton. Yes, he does.
He does.
Are there more notes? I hope there is. I'll just be short.
I wrote
There
about
we
the
go.
match. I wrote
The
about the
referee
match.
is taken out, and Cena tries to use the title belt, but Orton avoids it. He puts Cena through 2 tables and hits the RKO, but Cena kicks out of a count made by a replacement ref. Please, scabs. Cena tries to attack Orton with the belt, but hits the ref instead. Nick Aldis and a team of agents check on the ref, so Orton gets annoyed and RKOs them all in succession. Randy goes to kick Cena in the head, but Truth runs out and stands in his way. He gets hit with an RKO too, This allows John the chance to low blow Randy. Cena gets the win after a belt shot, with the original ref recovering just in time. Cena cuts a promo to close the show, telling the fans that he needs competition, not their respect.
And he's the last real champion. I was waiting for someone to interrupt, and that was just the end of the show.
I thought his next challenger was going to come out, but then
I think that's the end of the show just to get, bloody UFC ready. So
Yeah.
TKO can't conflict with itself. But
It was better than the Cody one.
yeah, I thought it was exactly what the Cody match needed to be.
I mean, I thought it was... I still didn't think it was... I didn't have that great a time watching it, I suppose.
It was as good as you're going to get from a Cena match in 2025. It is weird that we'll get...
You'll have a better one with
push.
Punk. They've got insane chemistry.
I hope they're just allowed to wrestle.
Yeah.
Because it was very, as I was saying earlier, these referee interferences, whatever, they're becoming too frequent.
It's feeling a bit Russo.
Yeah.
Austin attitude here.
After seeing the Rhodes match, though, I would say and argue that it needed that. It needed that drama and suspense and stuff, because without it, it's just...
I don't know, because
Cena.
as a wrestling purist, Maffew, I was really enthralled by what I saw in this match here.
Oh, what were some of the things you were enthralled
These
with,
lads,
Randy?
I've written down, these lads put the duh in fundamental, because if you don't like it, you're an idiot.
You're a duh.
Yeah, you're a big duh.
You're a big, stupid duh.
Who doesn't get the fundamentals of
That's what I'm going to
wrestling.
call my cat.
They were
that's
telling these
wordplay. That's wow.
They were telling these kids to slow down, learn how to work and call in the ring without even opening their mouths by their performances in this match.
Cena was opening.
Yeah.
Again.
It's John. John selling down the ramp when Orton's punching him to go back into the ring really bothered me, and I shouldn't let it bother me, but it looked wank.
What was he doing?
It just and then turning around immediately. And I know it's what they do in the
That's
wrestling.
what they, yeah, that's...
But it was really egregious, as Corey Graves might say.
It's Cena, isn't it?
But
It's what he does.
maybe it's just because John doesn't wrestle so frequent anymore. But I was really taken out of it. Get some of these young flippy lads in; they wouldn't do that kind of thing. Anyway, I'm just contradicting myself now. The
Yeah,
match
you
was
really are. That was
the match was
wonderful.
fine.
Yeah, it was
was
fine.
just fine. Two lads working a proper old-fashioned American wrestling style of main event before the referee bollocks at the end.
Loads of finishers. Loads of
Yeah. Shame the commentators missed the RKO reversal out of the AA.
Didn't quite get it, did they?
Yeah.
And it looked really bloody obvious to most people, but...
I saw tweets that were like, who tweeted it? Someone said, I swear Cole, Cena and Orton have done that exact counter like 4 or 5 times
Yeah.
ever,
Yeah.
and Cole has never once picked up on it.
Yeah.
So I was like, both men are down. Like,
maybe from his perspective, it looks a bit odd on the side, but I mean, they do have monitors.
Yeah. Big fan of the RKO in the middle of the 5 moves of doom. I thought that was a right touch.
Oh,
Just
'cause
like
it
a
was
Hell in a
just-
Cell.
It was out of nowhere because it was just after the first shoulder block,
Yeah.
and you would never expect it before the next shoulder block. That Randy Orton, you know.
Yeah, the Cole saying Randy in maybe the best shape of his life. Maybe go, excuse me.
Why?
Massive.
Yeah, in terms of like
When?
muscle mass and stuff, but he's never been slower.
Oh, right. Who was he with? He was joking with someone on a video where he was saying like they've got real muscles, mine's all for show or something like that. Who was he next to? It was like an amateur type man, I think.
Okay. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I thought, like, wow, this match is exactly what I thought it was going to be, because I can't remember the last year I enjoyed a Randy versus Cena match, because God knows I've had enough.
They've never been. I mean, a lot of their matches came in the time when I stopped watching wrestling. Though.
Right.
So I've never been that. You know, how, like they've got one of the most legendary feud. I've never really been part of that.
Well, I realized that after watching, the clips of all the other stuff, it's like, oh, I've seen all these matches.
Were any of them really? Do you enjoy any of them?
The SummerSlam 07 match, I think it was the first time it headlined a pay-per-view. I'm pretty sure it was.
Is that the I Quit?
That was great.
Is that the I Quit one?
No, just the first Cena
right.
versus Orton 07. When Cena was on that amazing 07 run where he was just having great matches with like everybody.
Was that around the Umanga time?
Get Umanga, Charlie,
Michaels.
Shawn Michaels,
Oh, he was having a great time.
Lashley.
Yeah. Maybe 07, yeah.
Yeah, just Cena was a machine. It's like pulling against Orton. It's like, wow, it was great.
The I Quit one would have been later because that's when Randy was really heel, wasn't it? With his shaved head.
Bald.
Evil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was more about Randy being like, look at me.
I've
I'm a
handcuffed you."
real snake. And so I was like, all right, whatever. And they had like 900 matches in a row. That's when it started getting a bit like, okay. But the Hell in a Cell, the second one they had, that's one I would say maybe second best, because that's when Randy was at the peak of out of nowhere.
Okay.
The meme.
The unification one's not that good, is it?
I don't know.
It involves the authority quite a lot.
Yeah. And their Rumble 2014 match, which may be the last one they had. Don't quote me on that.
Is that the?
That's what the crowd were like, we don't want to see this. We're going to crap all over it. There's nothing but chance.
Should that have been the big question? Oh, we could.
We don't have a big
No,
question.
it's Backlash.
Oh, Never mind.
I think the last match before this was on SmackDown in 2017.
Right? 2017.
No memory of it.
Me neither.
I've got a big question for the main podcast this week. If you want. Who should be seen as next opponent?
Well, yeah, look forward to that.
There you go.
Wow, I wonder who you're going to pick.
I'm not
Money in
here.
the Bank coming up.
I'm not here. It's a two-man one again.
The
I'm
Chicago Pope could be anybody.
Well, his next opponent's just about being revealed, isn't it? After what happened in the post-show.
Do you think
press
that'll be a
conference.
match?
Yeah, I think that'll be the
On TV.
I'll have a back.
Oh, Saturday night's main event. Middle of the card.
But yeah, this match was what I thought it was going to be. Old Cena, Orton, just doing Orton things with all the gimmicks needed, and yeah, it was okay. If for the last time ever as a going away thing, was all right with it.
I'm happy it wasn't sad. Because there was a chance it might have been sad. Obviously, John slowed down. Orton's never been quick for a while.
Oh, like Taker Goldberg.
yeah,
side.
that's
Right.
right. They did well, the lads. They did well.
Yeah.
That bloody reinforced table didn't quite break, and then it fell on its arse. Maybe Cena took the legs out. I don't know. I was just like, that was the only bit that made them look a bit old and crap. The rest of it was work fine.
It was
Crowd
fine.
in love with the local lad, Randy. I think it was everything it needed to be. Like, and I thought if you were watching this to see Orton Cena for the last time ever, you got your money's worth.
I guess so. I'm still not a fan of, like Ross said before, I'm still not a fan of the overall presentation of Cena as a heel. I could have been so much better, but it's fine.
You know what could help that? If you give him a gun. Problem solved.
Let's have a rummage in our mailbags.
Lovely producer time.
Lovely producer time.
Reno.
2200.
It's for the future. Dun a little now, now. Dun a little now.
That's right.
Now.
The future of 94.
When's the X-Men set then, Maffew? Is it in the future?
It was present whenever the time is now.
Damn it. Okay, fine. Sorry, Reno.
Noah Anderson.
Anderson.
Nah.
Levi.
Anderson.
Levi LaRue.
Doing it for the thrill.
Jesus Christ.
Picking on the star.
I heard a rap song with that in the background as the sample by Tion Wayne.
All right.
Going. No, not Tion. Yeah, Tion Wayne. Everybody want to run from that. Sorry. They're getting flashbacks to the CCTV. Oh. It's like, is that what he sounds like? It's a good impression from me there.
Thank you, Jack. Jimmy Gillen.
Get on! The best a man can get.
Tear of Grace.
Feel those tears on your grace. No one else can feel them for you. Only Brett can let them in.
He likes cats. He likes cats.
Likes cats so much.
Not in a weird way. Lord Bushi.
Oh,
Oh,
Bushy,
Bushy,
you're so fine. You're so fine. You blow my mind,
Lord
Lord
Bushy.
Bushy.
Hey.
Lord Bushy.
Hey. Kendrick Alltop.
Hey
now, Kendrick Goldtop on the Patreon. Blah, blah.
Tay 2.
Nah.
Tay
Take 2.
Jake Rowan. Keep rolling,
Yeah.
rolling.
What?
Keep rolling.
Come on. Now I know you'll be loving this, Jake, right now. My voice is sore.
Oh,
I really went for that there.
you did. Are you tired?
Yeah.
Oh. Josh Fair.
Are you going to Joshua Fair? Or as you said,
It's going on.
It's going on. It's going on.
It's going on. It's fair. And finally, Theo de Havilland.
De Havilland.
De Havilland.
De Havilland. Whoa, it's Theo. De
That's right.
Havilland. Whoa, it's Theo. De Havilland.
Oh, de Havilland.
We've done really well to build it to the. We're doing really well. I think we've chosen a great selection of songs for the producers.
We're going to have to switch them up soon.
No, I don't think they'd want them to be switched up. It's their little tagline.
Potentially. Some may not. We'll have to ask
They can
them.
always leave a message in the Patreon, can't they, on the
yes.
Discord?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just keep my name out of your mouth.
If you take my Natasha Bedingfield away, I'll be furious.
Mailbag time. Sad. Hey, men.
Hey.
Riley Osborne forever in our hearts.
Yeah.
Hope you're all keeping well. I am writing this just after having watched the Backlash pay-per-view, and I have to say, I was very happy with the show overall, and I love the main event. This person's a good person because they said pay-per-view rather than PLE. However, I have to admit, even if the main event was terrible, I still would have probably convinced myself to enjoy it. To explain what I mean by this, I first started watching wrestling as a bright-eyed 8-year-old in the year 06. I actually hate this person. I've said this.
At least they weren't born in the 2000s.
Yeah. I immediately became a big fan of Randy Orton, and he quickly became my favorite wrestler. And to this day, the slippery snake remains my favorite of all time. On the other hand, my brother's favorite wrestler was John Cena. Though we both started watching at the same time, he stopped a long time ago. Recently, though, he's gotten back into it casually, following the Netflix move, and Cena's heel turn that he just had to watch. We had a conversation on the phone where we both realized that this last match between Cena and Orton was essentially the end of our era of wrestling that we grew up with. That's what Cena said in the event. Randy will probably stick around another couple of years, but with John hanging up the jorts and this being by all metrics their last match, it hit me hard. So I made the decision going in to turn off my smarky arsehole wrestling side of my brain and bask in the nostalgia, performance and spectacle of the two men wrestlers who made me fall in love with the fake fighting bollocks we all know and love. So my question for you, lovely gentlemen, after all that is, what is the match that you feel encapsulates the end of your most loved / most nostalgic era of wrestling? If it hasn't happened yet, what would be a match you would book to give a perfect swan song to your inner child? Once again, I'd like to thank you lads for all the work you do. I've recently moved across the world for a new experience for a couple of years, and through the time of loneliness and anxiety, it's a comfort to listen to you lads for a sense of normalcy and entertainment.
Well, thank you very much.
Keep on yeeting, men. Former current Louisiana Monroe Skyhawks quarterback, General Booty,
Ah, yes.
A real man.
a.k.a. Gary from Ireland, who's
Thank
a
you,
regular
Gary.
caller.
Yes.
I didn't realize you'd doing that thing with your life, Gary.
Oh, yeah, I hope you're doing all right,
Yeah, I
man.
hope everything's all right for yourself with the change and everything.
It's a good question as well.
Yeah, thank you much for the lovely worded question. And yeah, I think that's what Cena was referring to in his promo about the childhood dies.
Yes.
Because I was thinking childhood, yes, and realised that, yeah, there would have been even little people watching the first Cena-Orton matches way back when. I was like, wow.
I think both me and Ross maybe came at the wrong time for us, this particular era. Because this would have been when we started going to secondary school or middle school. And it's not cool anymore. You can't watch wrestling
Especially when
anymore.
you're in your 30s, you
Can't
weirdo. What are you doing? But yeah, I get what you're saying. So if not Orton and Cena then, did you have somebody else in mind for...
I mentioned the match that felt like the end of my first era of childhood wrestling fandom
Go on.
the other week, and it was the SummerSlam 2002 main event, which was Lesnar destroying The Rock. And if anyone was a symbol of the time I started watching wrestling, which was like 2000 to 2002, it really wasn't that long. It was The Rock, because Austin was out. Rock was... The big feud was Rock Triple H. And then I remember my mate was like, oh yeah, I've recorded this. Do you want to watch SummerSlam? And I was like, oh yeah. I went around to his and we watched The Rock against this guy we'd not really heard of because we weren't watching every week, Brock Lesnar. Just watched him destroy our childhood. And that's probably why I only watched the match again for the first time like this year and was like, it's actually really good. But at the time we were like, The Rock's going to kick out. Don't worry. The Rock's going to kick out. And that was the end of our childhood. And then maybe like a year or two later, off to secondary school. And then you can't watch wrestling anymore. And then it was people like you who got me back into it.
I'm sorry.
You arsehole.
And the idea of you showing up to school, or like everybody else is bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, and you've got, 3 days stubble, bags under your eyes
The Rock
already.
just lost. We definitely carried... Me and my mate... I always watched it with my mate. And we definitely carried on watching it a bit after that. Because I think I didn't go to secondary school until 2004. But I wasn't watching by 2004. Something had happened between then. And the last match I proper remember being shocked by was when The Rock lost. Yeah.
It's crazy longevity when you think about it, obviously, before, okay, your answer, Ross, like, these two have been going for so long. It's like, well, my childhood died. Most people's childhood died when they become an adult, but our childhood have just stuck around for a long time.
Yeah.
It's not often you get them.
Guess mine's in a similar vibe to what you've just said there. I'm going to Saudi Arabia.
You're going to Saudi Arabia?
No, just for this match.
Bloody hell.
Metaphorically speaking, Triple H and Shawn Michaels versus the Brothers of Destruction.
Woof.
Obviously, we know they're all getting on at this point, but this was like, they are over the hill. And even Shawn Michaels, the sexy boy himself, with his little bald head in the corner with Triple H saying, we're too old for this. And that was quite sad to see in a match where Triple H's tit fell off.
Yeah.
Kane's mask fell off.
Oh.
Other things went wrong that I can't remember, but those are the two.
They went to the moonsault and didn't catch Shawn, and he's like...
It just wasn't a good match.
Oh, it was sad, wasn't it? Really sad.
That wasn't quite a child being smothered. It was more like the old person being smothered with a pillow. Bloody hell. For me, it was I really got out watching it like every week religiously around 0102. So mostly because when Foley was retired by Triple H, and I was like, well, Foley will come back then because he keeps on coming back, and he's never really came back. So no, it doesn't really answer. It looks like that's 2000, isn't it? Bollocks.
Well, I answered it with the one that ended my first
Yeah.
watching wrestling time, I suppose.
It was that 0102. Was there an actual match where it was just, I know, Vengeance 01, when they did Angle, Jericho, Austin, Rock, is this to unify the WF and WCW titles. And Jericho won and proceeded to have the worst title run in his entire life, maybe of any world champion booked in any company in any period.
Well,
way worse than anything he's ever done in AEW.
he became Stephanie's lackey.
The world heavyweight champion of the world was walking Steph's dog.
Yeah.
That then got run over and only sustained a broken leg.
Oh, didn't die.
Triple H's dog was not going to sell for Jericho. One of the all-time worst runs, and I just was like, "Oh, this isn't what I thought was going to happen with Jericho." So Jericho versus Steph's dog is
I
what
was too young
did that
to
for me.
like know what the internet was saying back then, but I imagine people were hot on Jericho at the time. Like, oh my god, they've
He's
given
finally
him the,
done it. He's finally done
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
and then it was just like, "Oh,
Yeah.
oh, okay. Your job is to hold this belt until Triple H comes back at Mania." The 3 times the size he was when he
Yeah.
left. Right, okay.
Yeah.
And that was kind of just a like, oh, this is all bollocks, really, isn't this? And I've been cynical ever since. So yes, thank you very much, Gary from Ireland. All
Thank
the
you,
best with
Gary.
your life.
Yeah, all the best.
Oscarp2222 on Instagram says, can we collectively agree that Vince McMahon was right to never turn John Cena heel?
I disagree, but thank you for the question. I think if he turned him heel in the 2010s somewhere, first half of the 2010s, that would have been the time to do it. Not once he's become like, feels too late now maybe because everyone just respects him now. But back when everyone was like sick of him, like I'm sick of this bloke. Maybe then would have been good. That's what I think.
I think he's right if this was the vision of heel Cena that maybe they would have had as well back then. But I agree, early in the 2010s, especially around that Rock period of time, the 2 WrestleMania matches around that time, a heel John Cena would have worked. Going more back to the sort of Dr. Thugonomic style of the... He was an arsehole when he first took all that on, and he was a very good arsehole as well. So maybe, yeah, if this was the vision for heel Cena, it's the right call not to do it, but there's many more different versions of heel Cena that could have been done well.
Right. I think the issue's never been him turning heel. It was him turning not dull and boring and crap like he was for years and giving those repetitive speeches, acting like nothing was bothering him. Robot Cena.
Fine speech.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like, okay, great. It's like, I'm going to beat you. No, you're not. Poopy face. I'm like, this is great, this. But again, when everyone said, why didn't he turn him heel? I don't know. Possibly because he's selling more merch as a face than all the wrestlers combined.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I think I will walk away from the ATM that's spitting out fivers. Yeah, all right. The Nod on Instagram also asks, genuinely, how many Gunther slaps do you think you could take before you have to tap out?
10.
10?
I was going to say 2, me.
I've got a reason, don't worry. First 3 would be like shocking and terrible. I'd be like, I've made a huge mistake. Then I think adrenaline kicks in and you power through the next 3. Then you've only got 3 left. 4. but you've got 3 left, then you're on 9. And then I think just to get to a round number, I'll be like, go on then, hit me with the 10th one, just knowing it's the last one. 10. Is that optimistic? Is that wildly
You
optimistic?
sound like an amazing personal trainer. Come on, you got one more in you.
You take the first one and you're down. You're down.
Yeah.
And you get back up for a second and then you're down again and then you tap out.
Oh, right.
Depending on how much time there is between the first and the second as well.
Right.
I didn't even think about it.
If it's rapid fire, you just have no thought process.
Right.
And you're down anyway after the second one.
I feel like there's pauses between them.
When Gunther wrestled Eddie Kingston in Newcastle, their only encounter, Gunther chopped Eddie Kingston and he did this amazing sell where he's on his knees and I gifted it going, well, look at the work there. And Eddie Kingston replied, I'm not selling. Gunther chopped me so hard it took a few seconds for the pain to travel and knock my knees out. That's why it looks like that. So I'm saying 1.
I feel like I take back my answer of 10. You've been chopped off Hendry.
Chopped off head. That was enough.
I've been chopped off Henare and Osprey.
I got chopped by my mate who wrestled in South Shields. That wasn't very nice. No, and he wasn't even like a proper trained pro wrestler. Yeah, I'm going to call him a pro wrestler.
It taught me that different chops are in different ways. Because Hanare's
This one hurt me emotionally.
emotionally, because it was your friend.
I mean, I asked, like, he said, do you want us to chop you? He goes, what the hell? Took my shirt off, chop. I was like, thank you. I don't want to have that happen to me again.
I kept my shirt on.
Keep your shirt on.
Yeah, I still hurt.
Boo.
What do you mean, boo?
You take your shirt off.
It
Tops
was,
off.
It was Osprey. He's got hard.
Tits out for Gunther.
He's got Osprey. Despite not, you don't think of him as like, you don't. The first thing you don't think of is chops, but he's got a hard chop. And then afterwards, when I had a look, even through the shirt, it looked a stage.
Would you take a moonsault from Osprey then, or?
Yeah.
Oh.
He's light as a feather somehow. I've taken like a little double stomp off him, and I didn't feel
Oh, you did, didn't you?
I didn't
Yeah.
feel anything. It was magical.
That was nice.
Weird. But no, the Gunther thing, maybe I'll revise it down to 3. 2. Maybe 1 chop.
I wish we could show the footage of Henry's chops, because Henry chopped me and then chopped Adam.
Did he?
But I got the traditional chin up and then just normal chop. And then Adam got the full forearm from elbow down.
Ooh.
And it knocked him back nearly, because there was like a desk and then like a partition. He went cartwheeling over the back of the partition
Wow.
because he got the full forearm. I don't think Henry liked Adam.
I think that one hurts in a different. That's what Hanare did. That one, but Osprey did the whippy.
Right, like whip.
I asked him I asked someone who the hardest person was to take a chop off. I can't remember who I asked, but they said Zack Sabre Jr. Little knife hands. They said. Makes sense.
Yeah. I've run out of things to talk
It's
about.
an interesting one. Do you reckon a chop off Prince Charles would hurt less than a chop off?
Right. Well, because the speed is what he can
Less
get.
than
And I don't
one
think he can
off
get
him?
much speed, even if it's the greatest surface area.
I don't think he'd be very.
Like getting hit by an ice cap.
Yeah, I don't think, and I think it's so padded.
That's what I was
It
going
would
for,
disperse the. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Get a plastic glove, fill it with sausage meat, and then hit someone with it.
I reckon it would sound good though, if he cupped it like that. It would pop the
Who
crowd.
do you think he would hit? You'd be like a other world leader.
Harry.
Looking the wrong way.
Oh, yeah, of course. Harry, yeah.
You bloody imbecile! It's just did an impression of my teachers at school. There, really, that's what I had to do.
What do you know who the last person he hit was?
Charles,
Yeah.
Diana with his.
Jesus Christ.
The people's princess lives on forever. Forever.
Hello, my friend, we meet again. It's been a while.
Shouldn't have. I just like to say
Just
that.
could fade to a picture of
Hey,
R.I.P.
Allegedly.
I, Ross Tweddle, believe that Liz
Allegedly.
orchestrated it all.
I don't think you can say that.
It's me, Diana.
Take me to
It
the
was
tower.
I
me
was just saying-
all along,
You let me-
Diana.
you let me-
You all fell for it.
Oh no. Oh no.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. of
My
course.
personal belief, allegedly.
Allegedly.
My alleged personal belief.
Ross's personal belief that I'm going to say. So he gets in trouble and I don't. Well, that was nice. Jack, if you got anything on until this week's podcast?
No. Yes. Sorry. Matches of the Month is out on the audio feed probably between now and Friday's podcast.
All right.
I'm also, after we film this, I'm going to go and record my Wrestlers of the Week, which goes out on the Patreon as well. Wrestlers of the Month, excuse me, Wrestlers of the Month.
And when are you ranking the Royals? That's a good list.
Probably not. for
Who
a
is
while.
call it King of the Ring and then just do them?
King of the King?
Who is the best royal?
Of all of them ever, or just the current royal family?
Just the last 30, 40 years. The ones we know.
Margaret had quite a lot of banter, didn't she? She was like the loose cannon.
Yeah. Anne apparently is a nice lady.
I've heard that. Queen Elizabeth II, just for that story that which person she had that came over from a different country. I'm not going to say which one, because I forget which one it was, but she didn't like him. So she went, I'll drive you to whatever it was. And she just drove like a mad woman.
That doesn't bode well with what we've just been talking about, does it?
It's a great story that you're like, wait, the Queen? It's like, yeah.
Andrew was pretty fun, wasn't he? Party animal. Sorry. Sorry.
You are really going hard today, aren't you, on the Royals?
So sorry. I can't.
Bloody hell. He's sweating as well, which is ironic. Ross, anything till the next one?
I'm going to go back upstairs now and watch Backlash again for WTF Moments, which will be live on the Patreon this week at some point.
That's nice.
Yes, and there'll be other videos going live when they go live.
Did you?
Aye.
Oh, that's nice of you. What do you think?
I had a good time.
Good. As soon as I make it and put it out, I forget it. I'm like, right, bye.
Just another notch on
Bye.
the bedpost.
Yeah, I'm just like a big mum bird saying goodbye to the small birds. Oh, I run out of energy now. Bollocks.
There was a bit where you mentioned there's a new You Talk Too Much with basketballers. I was like, oh, basketball. Do you talk too much?
Send me that. That was nice. And I saw the footage of what they're referring to because the guy was like, didn't you headbutt a dude? He's like, yeah, the guy was talking too much.
Never shut up.
But he was just like, yeah, what are you doing? Hit my friend. And then the other mates do just go push, yeets him right out of existence.
And because they're all like
the Royals did Diana, as you might say.
Because they're all 7 foot tall, they're all, when you get shoved, they're like,
yeah. He's like, oh, really? Like, forgetting the fact he was right in someone's face 2 seconds ago. Basketball's great.
yes.
We should end the podcast about 5 minutes ago now. Yeah.
I think we should have. Joel, how are you doing, mate?
Hello, I'm good.
Anything to plug or
Nah,
just want to say something? Any dodgy political statements about certain royal member family members?
No, thank you.
Good.
keep
That's why you're the
I'll keep out
professional.
of
We
that.
appreciate you, mate.
Yeah, no, nothing to plug.
Well, that's been a lovely podcast for us all. This has been Ross. This has been Jack. This has been Joel. This has been Maffew. I hope you join us on patreon.com/cultaholic and mailbag@cultaholic.com. Now, we're going to point at the screen, and what we're going to say, Ross.
He's quite a party animal, isn't he?
I'm not sure. Okay. All right.
1, 2, 3.
He's
quite a party animal, isn't he?
Could be anyone.
Could be anyone. The green fly. The other day.